Should I just yell? Should I just yell at him? Be like,
We're just doing a test here,
As long as you pull your mic up.
making sure that this goes through. Hey, Tyler, what's up, buddy? You're good, you're good.
where's that?
Not where I'm parked, so. Hey, look at that. Well, what's this?
Whoa.
Woo, this looks official.
Testing, testing. 1 2. 1 2. We're live high above Wissahickon High School. Stand by for LaSalle versus St. Joe's Prep. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Wissahickon High School. The regular season is done. The playoffs are underway, and here we are with the game of the year. It's round 2 of a heavyweight battle with the eyes of the entire state of Pennsylvania upon us. There's one question for St. Joe's Prep. Can they overcome the loss of Ohio State tailback recruit Isaiah West and lean on a young but highly touted sophomore quarterback to carry them to a familiar destination? For LaSalle, now plastered in front of the pep band here, this is a team of destiny under head coach Brett Gordon in his first year, behind an explosive offense and a stout defense. And on a day where the inevitability of winter seems so distant, a sun-soaked 60-degree Saturday, these two teams and the fallen leaves are the only reminders and harbinger of what comes next. Someone's season will end today, and another will be propelling themselves into district and state playoffs with the goal of being the last team standing on December 7th. Let's welcome you now inside the broadcast booth. Bob Long, Oliver Gomez, Alex Shevchuk, and Tyler Kern alongside. Guys, round 1 was as good as it gets. St. Joe's Prep had a chance to win the game in the final seconds. LaSalle with an incredible interception. 4 overtimes later, LaSalle wins that football game and now has a chance here today to move forward even further in the states. For St. Joe's Prep, they've won 7 of the last 9 state finals, and they're looking to do that again here today. Oliver, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's tough to get much better, but this is the roundup. This is the matchup we've all been waiting for. I mean, first round of the state playoff, LaSalle versus the Prep. It's a packed house here at Wissahickon, 1 o'clock. Beautiful day. It really can't get much better. So much to play for and so much to look forward to.
Alex Shevchuk, how about you? You've had the opportunity to work with us for 2 years here, and you've seen a lot of these players, your classmates here at LaSalle, mold themselves into this opportunity. What do you think this means to the guys in that huddle?
I mean, ever since my freshman year, even watching that rivalry when LaSalle even beat St. Joe's Prep to win the Red Division Championship back then in 2022, but seeing the freshmen move on who are now seniors and knowing how much it means for them, just knowing it means the world for them. And this game is whatever it takes, and I know they're putting everything on the field.
Tyler Kern, you're with us here. 2012 first-team All-Catholic defensive end for LaSalle. You've seen so many iterations of this rivalry on the field and up here with us. Why does this one feel different to you?
I mean, it feels different because it feels like a coin flip of a game. I mean, we saw in the last game it was a defensive battle in the first half and then an offensive explosion in the second half. And honestly, this could go either way. I think it's going to be really hard for this Explorers team to beat this St. Joe's Prep team twice in one season. And I'm really excited for the product we're about to see on the field.
St. Joe's Prep, they're still the best until proven otherwise. Tim Rokin has done terrific work with this program. They are the program in the state of Pennsylvania. And yes, a regular season game is one thing, Tyler. We also saw a similar fate in 2021. LaSalle wins the regular season game in a classic, and St. Joe's Prep comes back in the playoffs and wins that one. So here's the question, is can this be different? Can this be the day for LaSalle? Or does St. Joe's Prep remain the team to beat in Pennsylvania? We'll find out in a few short hours, and we're glad you're with us along the way. Stay with us.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA State tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfort Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfort Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side. To know Gola. Gola gets it.
A nice rendition of the national anthem by the LaSalle Pep Band while we were away, and now we are ready for football. Before we do, first off, welcome to Bob Long Sports. If you didn't hear our open, Tyler Kern, Alex Shevchuk, and Oliver Gomez. Keith Binsfeld on the camera. My name's Bob Long. We have a lot of people to thank here for this, and that story goes a lot deeper than what we can get into in this broadcast, certainly because we're focusing on what's going on down on the field. But there were folks from both sides of the aisle here, St. Joe's Prep and LaSalle, that stepped up at the time it was needed to ensure that this game could be brought to you free for all and available after the fact. RMJ Mechanical, a terrific plumbing and electrical operation down at the Jersey Shore. One other very, very prominent donor anonymously on the St. Joe's Prep side, Station Tap House, Joe Wade, and the last complete champions, the LaSalle 1998 football team from the class of 99. Let's get underway, folks. St. Joe's Prep in white, and LaSalle is in navy blue. St. Joe's Prep. They're going to take it deep in LaSalle territory. Justin Hawkins back to push him out of bounds. That's Messiah Akery, who had an incredible game in the first contest, Oliver, defensively. But this time he puts that vaunted special teams unit of St. Joe's Prep in business.
And how about the blocking, giving him a seam up the middle. He's so explosive. He's able to take that gap and find the outside, get towards the red zone. Perfect field position in a game where the first time we saw this, it took to the second half to find scoring, and we're already in the red zone.
Well, and isn't it interesting as well, where that final call of regulation in game number one, where St. Joe's Prep kept the special teams unit on the sideline and eventually led in part to that loss. Well, the best special teams unit in the state for the last decade gets things started. Charlie Folk, the sophomore quarterback, hands it off to Kion Billups, and he's wrapped up. Nowhere to go there. Jack Luthi in there on the stop. For St. Joe's Prep, they'll be leaning on Kion Billups here today because the Ohio State senior commit, Isaiah West, is out for this game. Tim Roken doesn't talk about injuries, so we don't know if in a win here he might be available or not as time goes along. But they'll have to do it today without their lead tailback. Off center is Kion Billups, and Falk will flip it out wide. Joey O'Brien was in there, nearly intercepted it. Jet Harrison, the freshman phenom, doesn't look like a freshman, and looks like his dad wearing number 18. Brother of Marvin Harrison Jr., and the son of Marvin Harrison Sr. was the intended target.
Yeah, and that's a great play by Joey O'Brien there. Prep had the numbers in trips formation there, but he was able to read through that pass and almost come back with the ball.
A big 3rd down and 9. And Jack Luthi jumped offside for LaSalle.
Uncharacteristic from this LaSalle defense. Got to tighten those up. Can't let that be a theme here today.
It'll be 3rd down and 4. As we look at the starters for St. Joe's Prep, going across the line, Sean Molly, the left tackle. Khalil Stewart, the senior Syracuse commit. Jake Namnun, the junior center. Christian Leonard at the right guard position is a 2-year starter. And Bleak Turner, the big boy, number 79 on the right tackle spot. Rob Novotny starts at tight end. Jet Harrison, Elijah Turner, Jameer Rowe, and Ramir Hardy will start at the wide receiver position. Handoff, 1st down. Needed 4, got 4.5. Kion Billups through the middle. It'll be 1st down, and they'll drop those sticks. It's 1st and goal.
I really like the commitment to the run by Prep there. Wasn't able to get anything on 1st down. Able to get 5 yards on that offsides, and then committed to a very similar run play right up the middle for the 1st down.
And so that ball right on the 10-yard line. Again, looking back, that's where the overtime periods start from at the high school level. So LaSalle and St. Joe's Prep, last time they saw each other, they did this 4 times in succession. 1st and goal from the 10. Folk barks out the signals, and they adjust at the line. They go to Billups off the left tackle, and he is dragged across the 5. Play made there by Christian Peterman coming out of the linebacking core for LaSalle. He's played at an extremely high level this year.
Billups making himself skinny there. I didn't see any hole there, but he got narrow, got up the field, and was able to half the distance to the goal.
2nd down and goal from the 5. LaSalle defensively, Ryan Fandozzi, Jamel Williams, and Gavin Muller up front. We talked about Peterman in the linebacking core with Dylan Clare, as well as Jack Luthi. That's Luthi knifing in the backfield. Loss of 2. A sledgehammer for that loss.
I mean, Luthi was just looking for that hole just to get to the running back there. He didn't get it the 1st time, but he got it the 2nd time. What a play there by Jack Luthi.
And so they have not called upon Folk for anything except for that one screen play that Joey O'Brien got in there and broke up. The sophomore's been improving as the year goes along. We know he has a terrific arm and a great stature. It's a big early moment for him. He's been given the keys to the car. 3rd and goal from the 7. Folk's got great protection. Takes off. Folk eludes 1. It's going to be close. Down at the 1.
How about that effort from Folk? This is destined to be a loss of a couple. He should be down at the 7, but a great second effort. And it's 4th down and 1.
And they are both sides, because of Folk's effort, have to make that change in personnel. St. Joe's Prep brings in the big boys. Offense stays on the field. For LaSalle, Andrew Sorge and Grayson McHugh from the offensive side of the football come onto the field. 4th and goal. Handoff. Billups. Touchdown. St. Joe's Prep. And what ended up being a 3.5-minute drive from 20 yards away. That's going to be the battle here today. The Prep leads 6-0.
And what a play call. Running that from shotgun there. You know, not really giving your running back much space to gain speed there, but he powers through for the touchdown.
Leo Ritchie hit 2 field goals and 2 extra points successfully in the overtime period back on October 5th. He's good again, and St. Joe's Prep leads 7-0.
And what a way to answer against LaSalle. Answering back to that game they lost a month or so ago.
Isn't that emblematic, Tyler, though, of how this entire game is going to go? I mean, that was a fight for those 20 yards, and it took more than 3 minutes for St. Joe's Prep after the first punt return to get that 20 yards.
I think it's a lot more of what we're going to see today, Bob.
LaSalle sends back Jimmy Dolan, and Lucas Johnson. Richie will kick it deep for St. Joe's Prep. Full house, not a seat to be had. It started at 5,000, then we heard 6,000 seats have been sold. I bet we're heading up towards 7,000 in the building here today. Johnson returns from his own goal line and takes it out to the 22. And for LaSalle, on the offensive side of the football, a big-time return for Julian McFadden. McFadden has been a guy who got hurt, certainly, has had 2 incredible years with the program, has worked his way back. Certainly the bye week last week, I think Alex helped a lot. He's back on the field to join Dolan and Joey O'Brien as the starting 3 receivers at this point. J.P. Oates will play tight end today as well. Gavin Sidwar in the shotgun, Desmond Ortiz the running back. And that's a great look for John Patrick Oates. He's got a gain of 12. First down for LaSalle.
He has been so good over the middle of the field. Some safe hands for Gavin Sidwar to throw to. A guy that if all else fails, you know you can get it to him for a couple yards. He's quick, he's agile, and he can make a play.
A windy day out here, but I expect LaSalle to lean pretty heavily on the pass. Even last time, the only way they got the ball in their running back's hands effectively was through the air.
Well, and that's because of that front 4 for St. Joe's Prep. Alex Haskell, the wrecking ball. Colton Anderson, a junior. Sean Stratz will line up as a 3 technique, and then a combination of Jason Nitz and Chase Whitmire. Julian McFadden is hit by Anthony Sacca and dropped. That's a loss of 1, maybe 2 yards on the play. And Julian McFadden gets up, grabbing at that shoulder.
I mean,
not a good look.
That was some big size bringing him down there. If you're getting the ball in your playmaker's hands, like you said, you want to get it away from those front 4. They're huge.
We'll just say it. That's in the area of what he's been dealing with from an injury standpoint. Second down and 11. 4 receivers for LaSalle. Sidwar gets rid of it, and Joey O'Brien with those strong hands. It's a first down on a gain of 12. Messiah Acree in there in coverage.
Another one for Joey O'Brien's resume.
And just like Tyler said, another one to the resume, but he's just doing what he does. Joey O'Brien getting his hands fully extending, getting the ball, and getting that first down.
Messiah Acree had a terrific game in game number 1, was matched up at a lot of times one-on-one with Joey O'Brien. Across from him, Samaj Hill. They got the big boy Jamil Williams in there as a run blocker. Not much doing there, though. Alex Haskell blew up that play. And Tyler, you know this as a defensive lineman. 99's not going to get any credit for this from a tackle standpoint, but it was him that knifed into the backfield and made this difficult.
Yeah, it's all about disruption on that defensive front, and 99 did a great job of doing so. I don't know how you run on this St. Joe's Prep defense. You have to, you can't abandon it fully, but I don't know how you effectively gain yardage.
Remember also that Maxwell Roy is out as well and has been throughout the entire season. That's an Ohio State defensive lineman commit. Stratz, Anderson, Whitmire, Nitz to join Haskell have done a terrific job in Roy's absence. Second down and 9. Joey O'Brien, that one timed, tried to climb the ladder. Roman Colabardino a little bit late. I like the no call there. Just trying to finish the play. Didn't exactly know if he had the football or not.
Yeah, Gavin Sidwar's got to make this pass if you're going to ask him. It's over the middle of the field, similar to the catch Joey O'Brien made in the last set of downs, but just sailed him a little bit. He's got to pull that down a little bit. That should be a first down for the Explorers.
We talked about the wind. The wind is coming off Gavin Sidwar's right shoulder, beg your pardon. Third down and 9. Line to gain is the St. Joe's Prep 45-yard line. Again, 4 wide. Oh, it's the normal tight end splits out to the slot. And a little bit behind. Again, that time it was intended for J.P. Oates. Desmond Ortiz did a nice job picking up the Cam Smith blitz to give Sidwar enough time to throw. But it's 4th down.
They might be keeping the offense on the field as of right now.
Okay, well, it's a game of big calls here.
Last time, it ended up being a game of field position. Punting was integral to that game.
By the way, Nitz and Strats, the big boys, come off the field. They're bringing in the 3rd down edge rushers in there, our St. Joe's Prep. 4th and 9, and Gavin Sidwar punts it. No one back deep to receive, and it takes a LaSalle hop inside the 15 to about the 10. Well, first time we've seen that this year, guys.
Quarterbacking doesn't work out for Sidwar. He has a future as a punter.
Well, you just said it. It's game of field position, right? Not allow, especially after a big return on the first kickoff of the game, not going to give him a chance to return it. Great play call.
And this is Brett Gordon doing Brett Gordon things, just going into his magic hat and pulling something out of it. This is quite a play here for the Explorers, giving them great field position here on defense.
Well, Sound defensively has Eddie Sutter back in the game playing at safety. He got injured early in the season. His key moment was the game-winning interception against Malvern Prep at the Shore. Really good to see him back in the lineup if you're a LaSalle Explorers fan. Justin Hawkins and Joey O'Brien line up as the corners, and Jimmy Dolan in there at safety. Big hit out of bounds. Welcome back to the field, Eddie Sutter. Running back hit a brick wall on the play. Will Vokalos will play at running back over the course of the day, and Seth Slater may get a couple of carries for St. Joe's Prep. I do expect for the most part, to see Kion Billups back there at the running back position. It's a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. And just keeps churning the legs. It'll be a yard or so short of the 1st down.
St. Joe's Prep is playing some physical football right now.
And that's big Khalil Stewart, Tyler, coming out of that pile, number 74. Syracuse commit.
You don't usually see the offensive linemen celebrating. I love that energy.
Third down and 1. Keep an eye on Ramir Hardy out there in the slot. Looks like Vokalos there in the backfield. Kion Billups needed a breather, and the timeout is called by St. Joe's Prep. Would not be surprised to see them take this time, Alex, and then throw Billups back out there for a big 3rd down, downhill run.
I mean, Billups is so impactful here for the Hawks here after the loss, especially after Isaiah Stewart. He's going to be crucial for the Hawks here.
Yeah, Isaiah West, the Ohio State football commit, out for this contest here today. Again, I know we talked about it at the jump, but really important to thank some people, because without them, this game would have looked a lot different here today. And we really want to thank RMJ Mechanical, Plumbing and Electrical, specific to the Jersey Shore. So I know there are a lot of people in attendance today and watching alongside who feel like, wow, 60, 65 degrees. It's a good day to be at the shore. If you need plumbing or electrical support, call Jason Netz at the information below. One of his vans and one of his terrific techs riding in that van will come and help you. 3rd and 1, big one here, and running right behind the line. Got the 1st down. 2 yards from Kion Billups.
Yeah, and that's what's going to be so important to this game. The nitty-gritty, get your yards, fight through this defensive line. We're talking about that second effort from Folk setting up a touchdown score for them. Just the hustle plays. Who's going to work harder is going to win this one.
Yeah, Bob, you alluded to it. Every yard is being heavily fought for from both sides.
Ramir Hardy, the man in motion. He did not play the first time these two teams got together. Hit and dropped. Dylan Clare, the middle linebacker for LaSalle, leading tackler and playing at an all-Catholic level. Gain of 2.
Dylan Clare has been lethal in the secondary. He'll get you a block on the offensive side, as we see him when they run their T formation, and Just such a strong guy, really good in the run game.
2nd down and 8. Line to gain is the 32-yard line. Folk again with that hard count. They got LaSalle to jump once earlier in the contest. Under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. As the wind starts to blow, 3 on the play clock. Quick out, Jet Harrison. Taken down on the play. Looked like Hardy may have had his hands outside the shoulder pads of Joey O'Brien. That's an unbelievable job of O'Brien to work through what could have been called a hold.
And, you know, I think that we have not seen a throw, correct me if I'm wrong, from St. Joe's Prep past the line of scrimmage yet.
I believe that's right. This might be the time for it. 3rd and 5. Remember, Folk scrambled down to the 1-yard line in a similar 3rd and manageable on the other side of the field. Hawkins brings the blitz. Big time sack. And LaSalle gets off the field.
Justin Hawkins, how do you do? We already know how he played against St. Joe's Prep last month, but he's coming back today, and he's going to do it again. What a sack there for Justin Hawkins.
Every time Hawkins makes a play, Tyler, you always say he plays double his size, and that's what it looks like, an absolute crucial hit.
Did you see that momentum he had?
Boom.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, how about this? Charlie Folk, way to hang on to that football.
I don't know how he held on to it.
He had his eyes on the left side of the field, and strong ball skills. Could have been a lot worse for St. Joe's Prep. Off the side of the foot. And it takes a LaSalle hop. They'll get it at the 40-yard line off the foot of Leo Ritchie. It'll be a game of momentum shifts all day long. LaSalle just got one there.
I mean, how impactful was that punt there from Gavin Sidward, putting the St. Joe's Prep offense in that position there, ultimately leaving LaSalle back at where they were at the 50.
Yeah, that's the best field position they've had all day thus far.
1st down and 10. And who might that be on the field? The first time all year that we have seen Azir Nelson, big physical back, was just cleared the other day to come back and play in this contest. 2nd down and 9.
What I can tell you, Bob, about Azir Nelson is that he's the hardest worker out there on the field today, and he's just been working back from that ACL injury from last year in St. Joe's Prep, and he's been working every day.
Final minute of this first quarter. Eerily similar in terms of the challenge to move the football for both of these teams in the first quarter of this game compared to what we saw on October 5th. Double zeros on the play clock, so a delay of game called against LaSalle. Brett Gordon not happy down there in the white hat on the right-hand side of your screen.
Explorers losing the penalty battle thus far. I believe that's their 2nd of the day.
By the way, good look into that huddle left-hand side. Number 78, Grayson McHugh, was offered just last week by Penn State. Went up to see the whiteout game, a noon kick at Beaver Stadium, but because of the bye week in between the regular season and this first-round playoff game, he got a chance to get up there, get measured. What a catch. Joey O'Brien. That's into double coverage. Oh, I'm sorry, beg your pardon. J.P. Oates. Oates, what a start for him. He's got 2 big catches.
And what a response from Sidwar. 2 throws off target and then throws into the tightest double coverage I've ever seen.
And again, every time you compliment one team, there's something that the other team does well. That is incredible coverage. And that is a sophomore linebacker with tree trunks for legs, Brandon Lockley, running step for step with J.P. Oates. Unbelievable stuff. What a game. What a game thus far here. First quarter action is done. We want to thank, again, folks that made this specific game happen so that we can bring it free to you all. Another folk that I really want to make sure I mention is the Station Tap House and Joe Wade. Effectively what happened is some St. Joe's Prep folks and LaSalle folks stepped up and made the folks that own those rights, get gave them a little something so that we could do this for you here today. So Joe Wade and the Station Tap House is located in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. They were a sponsor of ours, actually, in years past. And Joe was a great offensive coordinator for many, many years here for LaSalle. And now he's the OC at the Blue Division champ Archbishop Ryan team. And so we appreciate him and what his role was in this. And again, also really need to make sure we thank the last complete champions, the LaSalle 1998 team in the class of 1999. The reason they say that, by the way, the last complete champions, is the next year the PCL moved into blue and red divisions. That's Kevin Noon, Sean Kent, Chad, and beg your pardon, Chris Pennington. Thinking Chad. Had Chad Pennington on the mind. 3rd down and 1. Big play here as they go to Ozzie Nelson, and Nelson has the first down. Nice job to get to the edge. Ran to the boundary side of the field and picked it up.
I mean, Ozzie Nelson is a welcome surprise for me. I had no idea he'd be playing the game today. And you just feel like the Explorers are, they can't get something established with the run game, so they're putting their strong back out there. The workhorse, as Alex called him.
By the way, one more guy to thank on the LaSalle side of the field and the LaSalle side of things. Getting this to you here today is Jim Morrissey. Great guy, great family. We appreciate them very much. 1st down and 10. Line to gain is the 20. St. Joe's Prep, they shift and bring the blitz. One-on-one coverage, and Joey O'Brien, he got the hand on the football 3 times there. Almost brought it in. Heck of a job covering out there as they go after Acree again.
We've seen him make catches like that this year. That would have been the most insane one of the year, I think, though. Wow. He was so close to coming down with that.
2nd down and 10. By the way, we have not talked enough about the linebacker core for St. Joe's Prep as we introduce the secondary and the line. Anthony Sacca, Cam Smith, Notre Dame and Penn State recruits. And Anthony Sacca nearly came up with an interception. Went one-on-one in coverage against Jimmy Dolan. It'll be 3rd down. Sacca to ND. Cam Smith to Penn State after decommitting from Duke earlier in the year. And Brandon Lockley, the sophomore, just looking at him on the field and seeing how he plays, he's going to have his pick of the litter as well when the time comes. For LaSalle, Andrew Sorge on the offensive line. Jacob Jackson in there as well. Seamus Pinkerton and Zach Mangan, along with Grayson McHugh, who we mentioned earlier. 3rd down and 10, 4-down territory. Flips it, dangerous, but Joey O'Brien has it, and Joey O'Brien will score. Sometimes to win a game like this, you're going to need those plays to go your way.
Oh, my goodness.
Way to stay with it. It's deflected over the middle of the field. Stays with it, comes up with it, springs into the end zone. That's just Joey O'Brien for you.
And perhaps St. Joe's Prep harkens back to a tipped ball in the 4th overtime that didn't go their way in game number 1. That tip ball didn't go their way in game number 2. Touchdown, LaSalle. And perhaps the hero of that first game, Chris Heck. It was his first game taking place kicks, hit 2 huge field goals in the overtime periods, and ties this one up at 7.
I still can't get over that. How he came up with the ball. That was insane. Good luck if you're gold helmet. Bad luck if you're red.
Want to thank everyone for joining us here on Bob Long Sports. So proud to be here today, broadcasting this contest between, really, the 2 best programs in the state right now. Depending on where you look, and I would say the most reputable places you'll look, they're listed as 1 and 2 here today, and certainly 2 of our favorite programs in terms of the coaching staffs and the administrations and how they make the job on us easy to showcase their young men. We appreciate everyone that got us to this point here today. Make sure to follow along on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Chris Heck bangs this one into the wind. And the last time St. Joe's Prep returned it, they took it to the LaSalle 20. Not that time. Dylan Clare says, let me get at him. And now they're getting after it, after the play. And flags come in. Lucas Johnson was in there. And I didn't get a good look at who it was from St. Joe's Prep. Lucas Johnson came in late. St. Joe's Prep was cleaning up a block. And I can actually understand why Johnson was coming in after the fact. There's another look at it. Yeah. Christian Peterman was the one being blocked to the ground late. Johnson came in there, and Ryan McIlvain did as well.
And relatively clean game last time. A lot of penalties, nothing associated with personal fouls that I can remember. Just, you know, Coach Brett Gordon will have to talk to his team. Turns into a good return.
By the way, I want to let our guy Keith Binsfeld know that there's already been someone from the comments section saying, terrific camera work here today. I concur. Thanks to Keith Binsfeld for being here. Charlie Folk takes the shot. A little push off with no call. Touchdown, St. Joe's Prep.
Hawkins bounced into him and kind of put him in position to make this catch.
What a catch on the play by Ramir Hardy. You can be the judge at home. Little bit of a push off.
That ball looked underthrown, and I don't know who got the push, but it gave him, it pushed him right where he needed to be to come down with that ball. That's a great thrown ball.
And again, Tyler, you were the one that mentioned it, but Charlie Folk has dropped back 4 times, 2 screen passes, 1 scramble, 1 sack. That is the first pass for Folk beyond the line of scrimmage here today. And it goes for 50-plus yards and a touchdown.
That is a heck of a first completion beyond the line of scrimmage.
But what is that, though, Tyler, right? That's St. Joe's Prep committing to the run and forcing LaSalle to put numbers in the box. Ramir Hardy back after not playing in game number 1, and Alex put him in a position one-on-one. He wins the battle.
I mean, you can see the one-on-one battle there, especially with Justin Hawkins. No matter how well he really plays, that is a size advantage there for Ramir Hardy, and he's going to go have that little push and catch the ball. Once he catches the ball, he's out of there off that one-on-one coverage.
I wonder if they waited to flip the field with field position so it's throwing with the wind there as well. Might have been part of the game plan.
Interesting thought. Interesting thought there. With 11 minutes and 21 seconds to play in this second quarter. Did get another note from someone watching alongside. We are doing our best. There could not be a better day and a sunnier day. So I know the sun glare on the scoreboard. I see it here from above. So I have to imagine it's tough to see on the broadcast. We'll keep those updates coming. By the way, let us know where you're watching the game from and a little bit more after the play. Let us know where you at. Our favorite game from times past. Let us know where you're watching the game from. You can tweet at us at Bob Long Sports. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and follow us on all the social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. First down and 10. Sidwar lobs it for J.P. Oates. Out to the 45-yard line.
All right, so a bit different than the first half last game where it was a defensive battle. It's turned into a bit of an offensive shootout here.
What a teardrop. In the bucket from Sidwar. Running quickly here is LaSalle. Jimmy Dolan gets to the edge and a nice gain on first down. We'll give him 3 on the play as the clock continues to run under 11 minutes here in the second quarter. Acree in there on the stop. By the way, I love Acree's game. LaSalle's gone at him twice now, 2 games in a row, we'll say. And I get it. You got Samaj Hill on the other side. He's terrific. Ryan McDonald and Roman Colabardino in the secondary. But, man, Acree is tough. 2nd and 7. Line to gain is the 42 on the St. Joe's Prep side of the field. Quick out for Dolan, and he gets back downhill. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down. We'll call it a long 2. And I think 4-down territory, Oliver, don't you think?
Yeah, 100%, especially if you can get a couple yards here and get yourself set up for the T formation. But well done by, that was Jimmy Dolan to change fields, reverse what side, get to the outside and get a couple of yards. But definitely 3rd and manageable here with a really good offense that's going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, and with that spot coming on the other side of the 45, we'll call it 3rd and a full 3. Four wideouts overloaded on this side of the field as we see it. Good protection, but now Sidwar runs out of time. You can only keep him back for so long. That's the Penn State commit. Cam Smith on the sack.
Great blitz here by the Prep. You have good blocking initially, but then no one to help when the second rush comes in, nowhere for Sidwar to go.
Yeah, he started that play on almost a spy type of situation there, Tyler. Now, not your traditional spy, because Gavin Sidwar is not really that running threat, but effectively a delay blitz, and LaSalle thought they had everyone picking up, not the latent rusher.
That latent rusher had some very quick closing speed there, too.
So it is 4th down, and Gavin Sidwar, again, I don't know if they're going to trick St. Joe's Prep a second time, punts the football and does it well. That takes a hop in LaSalle's favor. A flag comes in, and this is going to get even better because Acree will be called for a hold in the act of the play. Ball spotted at the 7 for now. It's a heck of a punt. No Aiden Hatfield.
Really, really interesting going back to that again and Prep not seeming to have an answer for it. I'm curious if LaSalle will continue doing that, and then maybe when there's a man out of the play, run it under center with Sidwar.
By the way, a little where you at also comes for one of our traditional sponsors here, Great American Pub, with 3 locations, Phoenixville, Wayne, and Conshohocken. Thanks to Chuck Hempshire and the Hempshire family, his son Charlie, of course, an alum and letterman here for LaSalle. And I am told that they got a big group watching it on the big screen at the Great American Pub. So we really appreciate what they have done for us this year and over the years. Thanks to Charlie and the group, and thanks to Chuck. Kion Billups, nowhere to go. Maybe got 1 yard on the play. The penalty was on St. Joe's Prep as we expected, and so they're inside their own 5 to start. On the gain of 1, it's 2nd and 9 from the 5. Clock ticking, under 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. Good LaSalle student section here today. They're getting loud. They got a section all to themselves. Big hit, ball dislodged. Joey O'Brien in there on coverage. Ramir Hardy, the intended target, and he is down.
Perfect timing on this hit from Joey O'Brien. The ball gets there, it's clean, but yeah, that's probably one going to knock the wind out of you, and who knows what else goes on there.
The parallels here are so interesting, Alex. We saw Julian McFadden take a hit earlier in the contest, and unfortunately for LaSalle, he is now in street clothes on the sideline, so we won't see McFadden again. It was his first game back from injury. It was actually the first hit he took in the game. Now Ramir Hardy, he's got a touchdown to his name, but he's been banged up, only been back for a few weeks, and he is now down on the play as well. Tough to say if it was anything related to the injury he was coming back from.
Yeah, it looked like he was grabbing that shoulder area regarding McFadden, and that's not what the Explorers want to see here today. They were excited to see the Syracuse commit back, but whatever's in best interest for his health.
So it will be 3rd down and 8. St. Joe's Prep, if they do have to punt the football, would be going with the wind at their back. The first punt from Leo Ritchie. Listen, he's a college-level punter. He will play at a high level at the next level, and he'll be a punter in all likelihood. He's doing a terrific job place kicking, but that first kick was unlike him. And need to make a tackle. They don't. Eddie Sutter had a chance to keep him shy of the line to gain. St. Joe's Prep on 3rd and 9 gets Billups galloping across the 15.
Sutter just needed to, break down and make the tackle. I don't know if he tripped or can't be diving at that tackle.
Billups has been terrific since Isaiah West went down. Actually, was in that game against LaSalle. Tried to go for a little while longer after the initial ding up, and he could not go any further in that game. Has not seen him since. Rob Novotny is the tight end. He's lined up opposite Keenan Stahl on the near side of the line as we see it. Folk throws it short. And was that caught? It was not caught. Ramir Hardy, good to see him back on the field. If he wanted that catch, he should have sold it a little bit better.
Yeah, kept running down the field with it.
Yeah,
I think he knew that he did not catch it.
Yeah, off the ground there.
One more look. Our guy Keith Binsfeld with great camera. We can slow it all the way down, and that did look to me like it hit the ground.
A little tough with the shadows from up here, but.
2nd down and 10, handoff. Not that time. Will Vokalos comes in to take the carry. And Vokalos, a terrific player, but I think, Tyler, you tell me, you're a former defensive lineman. Real good when you see a downhill runner like Kion Billups take a breather.
Yeah, I mean, you can't let your foot off the gas as a D-line's 100% every play. But bringing down a guy like Billups is really challenging.
So now a big 3rd down. Folk has mostly thrown either screen passes or plays into the flat. He also tossed one deep that went for a 54-yard touchdown. 7:47 on the clock. This is a big 3rd down. Play clock is at 3. Folk has good protection. Escapes the pocket and takes a shot. What a throw. Big time throw and catch and finds the freshman Jet Harrison.
Great play by Folk into the outside, sets himself, delivers a strike. Very well done by the young quarterback.
He's done that twice. It's really tough to feel your way and kind of move off your left shoulder as a right-handed thrower scrambling out of the pocket and then square your shoulders and make the play. He scrambled left twice. That time got the shoulder square and made a heck of a throw.
Kind of demoralizing as a defense. 2 incredible 3rd down conversions.
Billups, not that time. Gain of 2 in between the tackles. LaSalle this year, Oliver has been playing that 3-4 formation. Led to a lot of tackles for the linebackers, a couple more there.
Right, especially when you have linebackers like Dylan Clare and Jack Luthi and Christian Peterman getting in there a little bit. I mean, guys that can really hold you up like a brick wall. And even though a guy like Billups, who's going to get a lot of speed out of the backfield, it's really tough to break free from them.
Got about 1.5 yards on the play. 2nd down, we'll call it 8. Line to gain is the LaSalle 45-yard line. And already this clock is bleeding here, under 7 minutes. Folk, quick crosser for Ramir Hardy, makes one miss. O'Brien tried to rip the football, and so it led to another 7 yards.
And some difficult tackling from the LaSalle Explorers on this drive.
Hawkins has had an amazing year, but Hardy, big, physical, strong receiver. That's been a tough matchup thus far.
Yeah, bit better tackling on this drive. This ball is punted a long time ago.
Here's the blitz. Charlie Folk is hit, and he's taken down. Keenan Stahl. Couple of assistants on that LaSalle sideline, fired up.
Fantastic play call here, sending the blitz. Prep, been stepping their foot on the gas. They've been driving really well. A couple big 3rd down plays. Get them behind the line of scrimmage as their first 4 down set in your offensive territory.
It's a loss of 6 here, Alex. What do you see the defense doing here? They haven't had St. Joe's Prep in this situation much.
I mean, the Explorers are looking to get something back in the board, get back on the board and tie the game up here. So you could see some more running game here for the Prep.
Well, they sure do. They go up the middle, and they get 9. 3rd down and manageable, and squarely Oliver puts St. Joe's Prep in that position where they can be real creative here. They got 2 downs with which to work.
Yeah, and they've done it. You see them try to get the ball flipped to the outside. You've seen them pull the ball maybe on a read option play. The run game's been really good from Billups so far. You can go to anything you want here, especially when you have that 4th down play in your back pocket.
3rd down. 7 yards to go. The line to gain is the 23. Billups in the backfield with Folk. They're going to bring Harrison in motion. One-on-one coverage out there, but LaSalle goes zone. And that throw was way behind the intended target. He was looking for Elijah Turner, and it's 4th down.
Elijah Turner ran a crisp route there, was open.
Wow, this is really, really good looking back at this here, Tyler. They showed a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage. They only had one guy with the hand down. And then look at this. It's a 3-man rush, and all those eyes in the secondary are in the backfield. That means LaSalle went zone on St. Joe's Prep. It's a good switch up at the line. 4th down and 7. 20 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time with which to work. St. Joe's Prep has 2 timeouts to burn if they need it. Folk takes the 4th down snap. And blown dead. There it was. That's that timeout by St. Joe's Prep. They got a long look at what LaSalle was coming out in the huddle with on that defensive formation.
Yeah, I really couldn't see this play running without a timeout. Both sides looking at the sidelines, trying to get what they're supposed to do. And when you're trying to play the game quick, especially on a down as big as this, you got to make sure you're doing everything right. So both sides able to talk it over.
All right, let's check in with the folks that are watching along with us here. Got to start with our buddy Harry Donahue, who's been following along with this game and did certainly in the first game as well. The voice of the Temple Owls. Great to hear from you, Harry. Checking in from Avalon. Ryan checks in as well and says, thanks you for covering this game. Was thrilled to learn he could watch it live. He's got a picture. I wish I could share it with you. He's got us on his big screen, and then he's got another TV plastered on top with the 4-box look that YouTube TV can offer you. Of course, we are the biggest.
Thank God.
The biggest of the screens. Thanks, Ryan, for checking in. 4th down and 7. LaSalle brings an extra man, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Joey O'Brien. As it turns out, a drop would have put LaSalle 14 yards further down the field. But a huge stop on 4th down.
Yeah, Joey O'Brien, not the good decision here to make the interception. Obviously, the ball is coming at you. You're going to try and catch it, but a smart decision just bat that ball down, get yourself an extra 15 yards. But still, not a well-thrown ball by Folk right at O'Brien. He does come up with the interception.
Well, you can just add 1 to the interception tally for Joey O'Brien. He'll take it, but the Explorers will have to work the extra 14 yards.
Couple more folks checking in on Twitter. Kate Jordan cheering on her nephew, as well as LaSalle from San Diego. Phil Paterzo checks in. Great job as always. And he's a little bit more partial than we are certainly here in the booth. He thought that was an OPI and a 2-handed shove from Turner on that long touchdown pass from St. Joe's Prep. You asked someone on the St. Joe's Prep side, Tyler, they're going to say, that's a nice job of being physical on the route. Second down.
We call it objectively. We call it as we see it.
That's right.
And that last play, I thought J.P. Oates was going to come down with it for the first down. There was a great ball by Sidwar, but even more excellent coverage there. This is a great football game.
2nd down and 10. Line to gain is the 27-yard line. Sidwar, good protection, stands in the pocket and finds Dolan. And he is pile driven, and there comes the flag. Really, really interesting, by the way, as we look at this replay. There is an official 4 yards from that play on that side of the field. The flag actually came from the white-hatted referee, the crew chief, I don't know, 15, 20 yards behind the play. So now that referee is going to execute that call. It's a big, big, big call.
Yeah, and a well-designed play, too, on 2nd down. I thought that trips formation really can jumble up the cornerbacks there. Was it Dolan or Swanson that made that?
That was Swanson, yes.
Swanson coming up with the ball. And, yeah, just an unfortunate penalty from St. Joe's Prep. That's huge, marching them down the field.
Swanson, the warrior, taking the hit.
Swanson's the guy. He's always, taking those hard hits, but always making those necessary catches.
Everything, man.
Everything.
First down and 10. Sidwar takes a shot. One-on-one coverage. And that's got to be pass interference. It sure is. This is an unbelievable job by Jimmy Dolan because he really doesn't show his hands until really, really late in the play. And so there he shows the hands and forces Samaj Hill into him. It's a heck of a job, guys.
Yeah, they're playing a tight one-on-one coverage. And as soon as Dolan beats him to the far side of the field, if this ball's underthrown, you can draw that. Really well done from Dolan.
So in high school, it is not a spot foul. Same at the college level, by the way. In the NFL, that would be a spot foul, but it's a 15-yard walk-off, and LaSalle is in St. Joe's Prep territory.
30 yards and penalties in 2 plays. That hurts. That ball from Sidwar just felt like it was up in the air forever.
Into the wind to go in this direction, although it has calmed down in the last 10 minutes. 4 wide for the Explorers of LaSalle. Again, a really good pocket, and so he'll take that shot. Dolan, did he toe tap it?
Oh,
incomplete. Samaj Hill in there on coverage.
Yeah, Dolan couldn't square himself towards his near side of the field. He almost caught this like he was trying to get yards after, but it's a good throw. Only Dolan can make this catch, and he can't get a foot down.
It's close.
That is
so close. Let's slow it down even further. We got a long time here to look at it.
Only need 1 foot down.
We're watching with bated breath like you are at home here. You can make the call yourself. Boy, it's just did that left foot stay down for long enough to possess it. It's a really tough call in live time for that official. They blow this dead for a false start.
Well, this probably would have been a sack anyway, so they might just
save the down.
Take the down, yeah.
Chris Atrano says, thank you, Bob Long Sports and team, for the LaSalle St. Joe's Prep broadcast, watching from Easton, Pennsylvania. Matt Mordka, my good old buddy from playing baseball way back in the day, checking in from Macungie, Pennsylvania. Michael Orensky, watching the game from Plymouth Meeting and watching his old high school, Abraham Lincoln, take a 20-19 lead in the game they are playing. Sam Ross, another terrific defensive lineman from LaSalle back in the day, watching from Coastal Carolina. Clyde says hello from Jacksonville Beach, Florida, and Mountie Hawks from Bonita Springs. 2nd down and 15. Sidwar flings it across the middle, and Jimmy Dolan is an essential part of the offense here today. They keep targeting him.
This feels like the Jimmy Dolan drive.
I mean, he's a vet here at LaSalle. He's been playing varsity ball since sophomore year. He's had some great games, and we've seen his role not be as prominent as it was before, but he can still do what he's done, and he's doing it here today.
So now taking on a long, methodical drive. We're going to tick under 3 minutes and 15 seconds now remaining in this second quarter. LaSalle trails by 1 score. Swanson and Dolan, Swanson and O'Brien are the receivers on the boundary side of the field. 3rd and 2. Sidwar scrambles, and a flag comes in for holding. Play made there by Josh Simmons, the running back who can also catch it out of the backfield, but that is coming back. Good look there.
Just felt like 2 crucial penalties from St. Joe's Prep, and LaSalle answers with 2 critical penalties of their own.
And so now it's 3rd down, and they're back behind the sticks again. 3rd and 13. Line to gain to the St. Joe's Prep 39. It feels like a big play here as well. LaSalle, I don't know how many more times they're going to fool St. Joe's Prep on the Gavin Sidwar punt. So if they can't get this here, St. Joe's Prep is going to have, you would think, plenty of time going with the wind at their back to drive down the field and score. Or LaSalle can keep the sticks moving. There is a flag on the play. No, it was not a flag. It was a timeout called by St. Joe's Prep. So that's their last timeout. Well, Alex, perhaps that is one thing that could inhibit St. Joe's Prep from driving all the way down the field in the final 2 minutes. That's their last timeout of the half.
I mean, they'll take the 14-7 lead if they can stop LaSalle here, which the timeout was for, to get the best defensive play here on 3rd and long. But St. Joe's Prep, like we saw earlier, we saw Folk get a 54-yarder for a touchdown, so you never know, Bob.
I want to give Joe Madison a shout out here as well because he's a big Bonner guy. Says congrats to Bonner for what they did last night in the 4A final. Also, if you're looking for great coverage during or after this contest, we got Bruce Badgley on the sideline, our good buddy from Eastern PA football. And for post-game content, Joe Santaliquido will be writing the post-gamer. Big 3rd down. Line to gain is the 39-yard line. Sidwar stands in and takes a shot for Dolan. And there was contact early, no flag. Samaj Hill on in the coverage.
I thought that was early too, Bob.
Brett Gordon is out on the field yelling at the referee. That is a easy call there that was missed.
Yeah,
we got it at 50% speed. Let's do it at 25. I know they got to make it in live time, but one more look for those of you at home. Yeah, considerably early.
They have someone back there this time on 4th down.
And by the way, not a spot foul as we said, but that would have resulted in a 1st down. Sidwar, how is that not roughing the kicker? Now, perhaps that's a situation where he hadn't declared himself as a kicker. Saka has something to say to Gavin Sidwar coming off the field. Boy, oh boy, it's getting a little heated here. We're going to slow that again down to 25%. I think he's declaring himself there, and he got run into after he kicked the football.
Coach Gordon talking to the refs 2 plays in a row. Not happy.
I don't blame him. Both downs were some questionable calls there.
So now St. Joe's Prep has 2 minutes and 11 seconds to drive it 90 yards.
Clock temporarily stops on 1st down.
The change in possession. Yep. Joey O'Brien makes a heck of a play.
Sorry, I meant if St. Joe's Prep converts on 1st down,
yes.
they'll stop the clock, so they have a little extra time along with the 2-minute warning.
Absolutely right. That's an unbelievable play by O'Brien, getting off the block there. It was Hardy trying to block him. And O'Brien, he could be a wide receiver at the next level. He could be a safety at the next level. Our good friends at Blue White Illustrated and Penn State On 3 Network have been talking a lot about that. He can really go out there and make a play defensively. St. Joe's Prep, they're in no hurry here. And if LaSalle gets a stop, I do think they call timeout here after this play. Well, we'll see. It's 3rd and about 3, and I think that's right in the interesting territory. It's why I'm not a high school football coach, but for right now, they let it go.
They do get the football to start the second half, so I'm sure that has something to do with Brett Gordon's decision-making here.
Interested to see if they take a shot here.
I'll take this, I think, all the way down. I think they're going to run the football and make LaSalle call a timeout if they don't get it, and I don't think that'll matter. Looks like Billups has the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily as the chains do move, but St. Joe's Prep, they're in no hurry whatsoever. They're going to take this to the break, it would appear. Although I'm surprised that clock has not now it just has restarted. And now the clock has stopped. They didn't ask for it to stop. They asked to reset the play clock. Rather, that clock was stopped. And so now, I mean, if St. Joe's Prep wants to move quickly, advantage St. Joe's Prep. But I don't think that's what they want to do. Folk has lots of time, and he is dropped on the play. And it was hit late.
He slipped.
I think it was Fandozzi slipping and causing the personal foul. No, I don't know if he slipped, actually. So Charlie Folk, after kind of taking himself out of the play, I think Jamel Williams comes in here and finishes that off.
Huh. That changes things a little bit. I know there's not a lot of time left, but it stops the clock and, you know, puts them in range to take a couple shots.
The clock should again start, I think, at the official's whistle. And there, now it should wind. And now we're under 12 seconds to play, and they won't snap the football. Well, nothing's come easy here today, guys. Alex, a thought on this one?
I mean, Bob, you can see how intense this game is here. As we can see on the field, things are getting chippy against the Explorers and the Hawks, but just amazing football coming from both teams, and this is pretty much a defensive game. Both of these teams are very talented offensively, so the score being 7-14, although greater than what the score was at halftime the last matchup between the Hawks and the Explorers, this game's up for a good one.
Oliver?
Yeah, like you said, just a very different state of affairs here, but I mean, what else do you expect? These two teams, so much to play for as they want to keep their season going. So much emotion being poured out into this one, and that's showing out on the field. But I think this first drive for LaSalle is going to be so important to see how the rest of this game goes. They have to be able to put something together. They have to get the run game developed a little bit more, but we'll see what happens.
And Tyler.
It's been a fun game to call with you guys. I'm glad we have this opportunity. I think we're in for a really good second half. I think Coach Brett Gordon will have something nice drawn up for that first drive, and I think this is going to be a battle from both sides.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Drew Ansel checking in from Bradenton, Florida. Taj says, let's go Hardy, #1 from St. Joe's Prep. Bill Benz. Go Explorers. Thanks, Bob, for the stream. Watching from Southampton. Shout out to the ever-loyal class of 1972. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back here on Bob Long Sport.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches. The game day celebrations. Experience live sports and entertainment the way they're meant to be seen. With Joe Hand Promotions, the global leader of live entertainment for bars, restaurants, and cinemas. Create unforgettable moments that fans won't want to miss. Keep the food and drinks flowing with watch parties that will bring customers in the door and expand dwell time. And watch as these visitors turn into loyal customers with exclusive content relationships with the nation's largest sports and entertainment providers. In over 10,000 bars, restaurants, and cinemas across America, and customizable packages for every type of venue. Make your business the place for the next must-see event. Because if fans can't make it to the stadium or arena, your venue is the next best place.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage. Dedicated to getting it done.
More people are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the outstanding customer service and the extraordinary selection of Infiniti vehicles, like the all-new 2025 QX80. It's unlike any luxury SUV you've ever experienced. With an all-new design and groundbreaking technology, the Infiniti QX80 has set a new standard in its class. Come experience the QX80 and the entire Infiniti lineup at Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove. To be sure.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA state tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert Ola gets it.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches.
He's gone!
The game day celebrations. Experience live sports and entertainment the way they're meant to be seen. With Joe Hand Promotions, the global leader of live entertainment for bars, restaurants, and cinemas. Create unforgettable moments that fans won't want to miss. Keep the food and drinks flowing with watch parties that will bring customers in the door and expand dwell time. And watch as these visitors turn into loyal customers with exclusive content relationships with the nation's largest sports and entertainment providers. In over 10,000 bars, restaurants, and cinemas across America, and customizable packages for every type of venue. Make your business the place for the next must-see event. Because if fans can't make it to the stadium or arena, your venue is the next best place.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage, dedicated to getting it done.
You're good.
Back in the day, offensive coordinator for LaSalle. Could you give us a brief history with your experience with this program and your relationship with Pennsylvania high school football?
So basically started back at LaSalle in 1994, had multiple stints, 94 to 99, 2005 to 2011, and then back from 17 to 21. Very proud that we achieved a lot. I got to coach for Joe Callistra, Drew Gordon, and then John Steinmetz. So we had a great time coaching great kids like yourself.
You had a great time.
Oh yeah.
And you're currently coaching too for Archbishop Bryan, correct?
I actually went over last year to help as a consulting role with one of our former assistants here, Mark Oshashevsky, and he's done a great job. We actually won the Catholic League Blue Division this year, which is a little bit of a miracle with the amount of players we have on the team. And the kids worked real hard, did a nice job. We actually run a lot of similar plays and systems that we did here, so it was really cool.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
Now on to LaSalle. What do you think of this team? I mean, I personally thought this might have been maybe a bit of a rebuilding year. You know, Brett Gordon coming in, kind of establishing his vision with the coaches, but what he and this team and these players have been able to do is incredible.
I'll tell you, when you have a group of, I call them obsessed people. So in life, you're interested, you're committed, or you're obsessed. I think they got the right level of coaches that came in here that have an obsession for the sport. There's always been good coaches. I think these guys had a lot of talent to start with, and they took it to another level of preparation. The kids have bought in from the weight room on out. Brett, in my mind's always been a phenomenal coach. I think his pedigree could lead him in the NCAA or college easily. His brain is smart. He's successful in life and business, and so they're doing a great job. And the kids bought in. They trust each other, and I'm really happy for the kids and for the coaches.
Have you ever seen two more talented teams than this out here today, would you say? I'm sure you've seen a ton of teams over the years. This is just incredible.
Yeah, it's not just the talent. There's the size, the speed, and the intensity, and they don't really make too many mistakes. I mean, you saw here there was a couple small mistakes that have led to some big plays for the other team, but well coached. Coach Rokin's a great coach, and his staff, and obviously Coach Gordon and his staff doing tremendous job. But yeah, you mean got a lot of high-flying D1 kids, and a lot of them are underclassmen yet. So it's even more exciting to see where this rivalry can go back and go even higher.
Of course. Well, congratulations on the PCL championship. I got nothing else for you. So
yeah,
thank you.
It's great. Thanks you guys for all you do there, guys.
More people are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the outstanding customer service and the extraordinary selection of Infiniti vehicles. Like the all-new 2025 QX80, it's unlike any luxury SUV you've ever experienced. With an all-new design and groundbreaking technology, the Infiniti QX80 has set a new standard in its class. Come experience the QX80 and the entire Infiniti lineup at Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove. To be sure.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So,
welcome back, folks. We got just a couple of minutes before we get underway here in the second half. The score is St. Joe's Prep 14 and LaSalle 7. It's been back and forth all day long, and we expect this one to continue that way deep into the second half, and perhaps we could have one just like we did the first time around. We didn't get out of that building until about 10:30 at night after a 7 o'clock tip. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. By the way, did I say tip? It's basketball season, just about, but we got a lot more football to go. That's Alex Shevchuk, Oliver Gomez, two students from LaSalle. We have Tyler Kern, a 2012 first-team All-Catholic defensive lineman, and I'm Bob Long, humbled to be surrounded by these guys here. What a game we've had thus far. And Oliver, I think you said it. LaSalle's going to get the football back to start the second half. Feels very, very important to send a message early.
Yeah, 100%. They've had a little bit of struggles moving the ball early. The run game they've got to develop. Kevin Sidwar's missed throwing a couple balls, but he's been pretty solid so far today. But you're right, this is going to be a massive first drive. They've got to put points up, whether that's a touchdown or a field goal. Get the prep on their heels. Make their comeback drive that much more important. And just get yourselves back into this game and make it a game early in the second half.
Alex, you've talked about the return of Azir Nelson. We saw a couple of carries for him, but quite frankly, LaSalle has just about abandoned the run. Do you think that needs to change in the second half?
I mean, Bob, LaSalle needs to do whatever they can just to get the points on the board and keep this game tight like we saw last game at Upper Dublin. If the run game is working, I don't see why Brett Gordon wouldn't put Azir Nelson back onto the field and let him do what he can do, because he's definitely, like I said earlier, he's a powerhouse, and he can get 6 on the board for the Explorers here.
Well, Alex just said, Tyler, that if it's working, then do it. It hasn't. It hasn't worked to this point.
It hasn't worked at all. And like I said earlier, the last time these guys played, they got the running backs involved through the air. I think, short passes to their running back, they need to get these guys involved. There's so much talent in this running back group, but, man, this St. Joe's Prep front 7 is just brutal. So,
and we talked about it at the jump without Maxwell Roy, right? And Jason Nitz and Chase Whitmire, the guys that have kind of come in and replaced him in that role. Sean Stratz providing size at the interior side of the football, and Alex Haskell that can do everything. That feels like the key in the second half. I think it was the key the first time these two teams played. It led to a scoreless draw through the first 24 minutes of the October game. Well, it's a 21-point first half here, and we will have ebbs, we will have flows throughout the entirety of the contest. We're glad you're here with us for it. Second half about to get underway here on Bob Long Sports. Sold out crowd. They started by saying they'd sell 5,000 tickets. Then they said 6,000 were sold. We're capping this. We're thinking somewhere around 7,000 people are here today, not a seat to be had. And we'll get the third quarter started. Dolan to return from the 8. He's had a great half of football, and LaSalle will start at the 21. Want to again thank the folks that have made this happen here. And again, I just really need to stress that we might have had a different situation here today without a couple of things and a couple of people. So we really want to thank Station Tap House and Joe Wade, who you heard from at halftime. He plugged the gap, basically what was needed to make sure that this game would be live and for free, as well as Tim McDonald and the last complete champions from LaSalle 1998, the class of 1999. Jim Morrissey in there as well, Kevin Noon, Sean Kent, and Chris Pennington. There's Azir Nelson right on cue. He's got 12 yards and a first down.
Well, there you go, Alex. You want to get him involved. Get the ball in his hands on the first play, pick up a first down.
That's why I said what I said. Azir Nelson, number 31. Adding some pluses for the Explorers here.
And that takes care of the LaSalle side, by the way, those individuals that we thanked. On the St. Joe's Prep side, RMJ Mechanical and Jason Nitz, Plumbing and Electrical at the Jersey Shore. Call them, and they can certainly help you. And one other anonymous donor that wanted to remain that way. Azir Nelson, hello. X is the X factor thus far here in the second half.
I mean, 2 great runs from Nelson. Sheds a tackle right there, bounces out to the outside.
Here's the handoff to Josh Simmons. Not that time. Loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11. Second down, 11 yards to go. Sidwar will come back to the huddle. St. Joe's Prep on the defensive line. Colton Anderson, number 92, stands in with Stratz and Alex Haskell. 3 down linemen on this one. Jason Nitz, he's going to line up basically in kind of like that wide 9, looking to, now he'll come into the line and bring the blitz. Sidwar takes a shot. One-on-one coverage. Messiah Acree saying no thank you, but a flag comes in the area of pass interference.
Honestly, a great throw by Sidwar off his back foot there.
Well, and it's recognition as well, Tyler, isn't it, that all those numbers were coming into the backfield. You take your chance with Joey O'Brien as your top option. Pass interference called against St. Joe's Prep. They're going after Acree again, Oliver.
Yeah, taking that deep ball, especially when you have one-on-one with Joey O'Brien. Sidwar doing really well to get himself in a position where Joey O'Brien can make a catch, but well done to draw the defensive pass interference on that play.
And second defensive pass interference for St. Joe's Prep.
Early third quarter action. 10 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the third. Hand off to Nelson again. Gets downhill, taken down by Jason Nitz. In there on the stop as well is Cam Smith. Just haven't talked about those guys getting many tackles, Tyler, and the reason is what we talked about. LaSalle just hasn't run the ball.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how much they've been leaning on the pass in the first half. Obviously, they're trying something with Azir Nelson, and it seems to be working if he bounces to the outside. Going up the middle is not working on the run. Got to bounce it to the outside.
Right, and both of those big plays earlier in the drive, they came off of shedding tackles. You got to beat some of those defenders, pick up big yards.
Nelson again. Jumping on top there is Jason Nitz. Actually pushed him forward. That spot's nowhere close where the far side official's coming in. That ball's across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's a tough spot, folks.
Yeah, they didn't blow the whistle until, he was already down the field.
Yeah, that's where that is right now on your replay is at the 38-yard line. The ball is spotted at the 42.
Huh.
Wow.
I mean, the band made it a little loud. Maybe had a whistle early, but
yeah.
We got the headphones on, too.
Absolutely. Third down and 7. Sidwar delivers across the middle.
Sidwar got crushed late there.
Alex Haskell in there, and that was a tough matchup for the left tackle for the Explorers. Haskell had him beat on the bull rush from the very beginning. Danny Lawyer in there, the right tackle. Fourth down, and the offense stays on the field. The line to gain is the 34-yard line.
And I don't think we're seeing a punt from Sidwar this time. This is a spot where I really think you have to go for it.
Here we go. J.P. Oates is lined up in the slot. Jimmy Dolan out there as well on the far side of the field. Joey O'Brien, the lone receiver, to the boundary side. High snap. Sidwar just falls on it, and it's a turnover on downs and a big field position switch.
Oh. Yeah, that's the worst thing that could have happened other than St. Joe's Prep scooping and scoring there.
Rare, maybe the first time all year that we've seen that for LaSalle. And it comes in a big spot.
Chambers Pinkerton been so good at center this year. Huge mistake there, but how can LaSalle respond on the defensive side?
Yeah, need your playmakers to make plays. Both sides of the ball both teams, playmakers, have been showing up today. Just a matter of who shows up more.
First down and 10. Line to gain is the 28. And Charlie Folk, the sophomore quarterback, has all the time in the world. Chucks one deep. And the flags stay in the pocket. St. Joe's Prep fans not thrilled. I don't blame them.
Yeah, I really thought we were going to see some laundry down here. O'Brien definitely gets there early. We'll see.
I mean, 2 hands on him and starts pulling him down. That's a great ball from Folk. I mean, that's 45 yards into the wind. Big-time player. It's why you got a lot of colleges looking at him for what he can do. A sophomore that will only continue to get better.
I can't imagine it's easy looking back to towards the sun, to make that catch.
Second down and 10. Folk with another good pocket takes the shot. Wide open down there is Hardy, who dropped the football. He was fighting the wind.
Joey O'Brien just kind of gave up on the play there, knew he was beat. That's a free touchdown. Maybe not free with Hawkins coming in. Maybe you heard Hawkins' footsteps.
Wow. I mean, he made that catch much closer to Hawkins after the little push off for the 54-yard score, and he can't hang on to this one. Wow, is that massive.
How relieved was O'Brien there on that play? saw him go right behind his shoulder, and seeing him drop that ball, he just puts his hands back down and sighs in relief.
For as well played as that first half was, a couple of big mistakes on both sides. 3rd down and 10. Folk hangs in there and makes a big-time throw. LaSalle can't make the tackle. Touchdown, St. Joe's Prep. The big-bodied wide receiver, Jameer Rowe.
Folk giving his team life. He got hit there and still fired a laser.
We'll watch a flag here.
A flag came in, but when did it come in? Perhaps it's on a hold down the field after the catch.
They're walking it back.
Oh, it's an ineligible lineman downfield.
I mean, what a drive we have right now. Could have been pass interference on the goal line. A drop-free touchdown, called back touchdown.
That one's surprising. I'll tell you why. It's not that you never see that call. You absolutely do. But a lot of times you see it when a quarterback has a run option and a pass option, an RPO. And so the big boys in front, they don't know whether the ball is being run or passed. They're run blocking, where you get down the field, of course. And then the ball is thrown. That wasn't that, Tyler. That was a straight drop back. And quite frankly, a lot of pressure on Folk. Hard to imagine why their lineman got caught downfield.
I'm gonna need to review the tape on that one.
Yep, and they're gonna get 5 back here.
They got 5 right back from Jamel Williams, who jumped into the neutral zone.
This Explorers team has been so disciplined all year, but some critical penalties in this game so far.
Hey, want to thank our buddy Vic Castillo, who is a big-time recruiting analyst here in the Northeast. Does excellent work, by the way. You should check out his page. Says, watching from home today, great stream and great commenting. Appreciate that. Third down. About 9 yards to go. LaSalle brings the house. Folk steps up. Folk will take it himself, and he has the first down. Big-time day for the sophomore quarterback.
I mean, he's been doing it all. He's been really good in the air. A couple big plays, trying to get some extra yards for his team.
And Keenan Stahl is down on the field for LaSalle. What a job by the sophomore quarterback, Charlie Folk, for finishing that run downhill. And there are these inflection points here, guys, and that feels like one. What was 3rd and about 14 turns into 3rd and 9 after Jamel Williams jumped offside. Of course, the touchdown was called back on the play prior. It feels like every time you snap the football, you're getting a momentum shift.
And really, I think you just hit the nail on the head. This, what's been separating Prep from LaSalle is their ability to convert on 3rd down with seemingly impossible results. Like Folk putting the team on his back on that play.
Folks, this portion of today's game brought to you by the Riley Rakowski and Malloy Funeral Home, an enthusiastic supporter of LaSalle's football program. Andrew Buda Rakowski from the class of 1998 sends his best to Brett Gordon, the student athletes, and the LaSalle football program as a whole. Proud sponsor of our coverage, and flags everywhere.
Both sides got to reel in these flags.
7 minutes and 50 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. St. Joe's Prep back behind the sticks again.
The way the St. Joe's Prep offense is churning, though, not too worried about 1st and 15.
Folk stands in, delivers over the middle, and it's a huge tackle. Just a terrific tackle by Jack Luthi.
I mean, he is so good in the open field, chasing down a really quick runner, throwing him to the ground for a minimal gain. It's just a 1 or 2 yard gain here on 1st down.
Yep, Harrison, a freshman that doesn't look like it, a guy that'll play high-level football on Saturdays and perhaps like his brother and father on Sundays. Luthi comes in and makes a huge tackle because there was no one behind him. 2nd down and 12. Line to gain is the 16-yard line for St. Joe's Prep. We're under 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. And you start to ask the question, does LaSalle's offense have 2 touchdowns in them? Do they need a stop here in this one? Folk. Big time throw over the middle again. right to the line, and they'll give him the first down.
Keenan Stahl checking back in here, and I mean, it feels like the Explorers just don't have an answer here.
Elijah Turner in there on the catch. They're close. I mean, they're close a bunch of times to getting to Folk, but he has that internal clock working in his head right now. And this drive is the Charlie Folk drive at this point. 1st and 10 from the 15 of LaSalle. Folk running out of time. Folk will just throw it out of play.
A flag in the area of a hold here.
Yep, that should take St. Joe's Prep back.
Yep.
1st and 20 coming up. Yep, really good look at Gavin Muller. Actually, if they were calling it, you could also call illegal hands to the face based upon that replay that we saw.
What felt like a quiet first quarter in terms of penalties has just exploded in the third quarter.
So now it really feels like a situation where if you can get pressure on Folk, again, he's done a terrific job, but really bring the heat here and count on man-to-man coverage. Tough to do against St. Joe's Prep, but feels like that changes the course of this drive. Kind of teetering on the edge of field goal range. Leo Ritchie has a great leg.
Feels like Prep has also kind of abandoned the run game.
And a second half timeout is called. They were liberal in using their timeouts in the first half, but could that one be one they need down the stretch? We will find out. This portion of today's game brought to you by E&M Insurance, an insurance company in North Wales run by Chris Marr. We appreciate Chris and everything he's done for us. If you or someone you know has a youthful age driver, perhaps in the LaSalle or St. Joe's Prep community, make sure you visit them online at eandminsurance.com or call them at 215-368-9556. They're an independent agent, meaning they work with a select group of highly rated providers that have proven their performance over the years, and they can help you and your family as well. First down and 20. Line to gain is the 5. Harrison, the man in motion, and they're going to throw the screen. It was set up well, and a fastball through the hands of Ramir Hardy.
That looked like it was going for at least 10 there.
Second down as Kion Billups checks back onto the field. Eddie Sutter will check out for LaSalle. Five minutes, 57 seconds to play, third quarter. Billups, they go back to the run, and this time LaSalle is up to the task. Gain of a half yard from Billups, trying to go off the left tackle, Sean Molly.
Well, massive play here for the Explorers. It's a tough field goal with the wind. You got to keep it manageable here. Don't give them a chance to go for it on fourth down.
It would be 41 yards into the wind. Ritchie has that leg. Third down. Still 9 on the play clock for St. Joe's Prep. Down to 2, and they do get the snap off in time. Folk takes a shot for the end zone, and that's pretty good coverage. Jimmy Dolan gets his head around. Otherwise, he was looking at a defensive pass interference play.
Yeah, this is still a really good ball by Folk. He's got to get rid of it. He knows pressure's bearing down. Good coverage. Well done all around by everybody, and we'll see what Prep decides to do here. It looks like they're going to go for a field goal.
Oh, it's Ritchie. It is Leo Ritchie, who was left on the sideline on third down with 10 seconds left in regulation of the first game. This would be from the left hash, 41 yards into the fan. No good. It
Wow.
may not have even had the leg. And LaSalle, it's an eternity drive for St. Joe's Prep. But LaSalle gets off the field without giving up any points.
Well, we've talked about the win. That kick goes up, it looks good, and it just dies.
I thought that was good all day as soon as it left his foot.
It hit a wall up there. We talk about it a lot, but, you know, like a Tyler Kern
pitching wedge
flip
into the
wedge.
wind.
That's right. Come on now, Tyler. You got to play it off your back foot.
The way I hit it up there, I got to play like 3 clubs longer.
Leo Ritchie, though, that was a driving kick. This is just an immense wind here today. It is just kicked up here from Wissahickon High School.
I feel like the Explorers need to take advantage of it with this 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
1st and 10, and Nick Swanson, who was thrust into the role again here today, comes onto the field. That's Joey O'Brien. Knifes forward and gets 9 on 1st down. If you're just joining us, Julian McFadden no longer available. He took 1 snap and had 1 catch, Alex, and unfortunately got injured on the play on a big hit from Anthony Sacca. So LaSalle back without Julian McFadden.
I mean, yeah, it hurts so much for the Explorers just to lose the speed and agility and the catching ability from McFadden, but we're gonna see a lot more of Joey O'Brien, just like we saw in the last play, and I'd like to see him go out and use his moves that he has, and he can go far with it.
Sidwar, and just a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, on 2nd and 1, you'd think you're going to take your shot there, especially with the running game being pretty solid to start off the third quarter. You can pick yourself up a yard. But a little miscommunication.
And
James Dolan calling in.
I think you're exactly right as Azir Nelson checks in.
All right, 3rd and 1. Do they go behind their big-bodied sophomore running back? They're going to go to the shotgun, though. Sidwar. Quick ball for Joey O'Brien. He's picked up, and I'm not sure who. I think that might be our guy, Coach Stratz down there. I love him to death, but he's trying to argue that forward progress was before the line of the line to gain. Love you, Coach. That's a 1st down.
Yeah, good hands by O'Brien. Well done by Sidwar to keep it up. Only O'Brien, the tall wide receiver, can make that catch, but
safety blanket status at this point, Oliver, right? When you need somebody to catch the football, it's Joey O'Brien. Stacks at the wide receiver position on both sides of the field. Sidwar on the wheel route, and it was nearly intercepted. Anthony Sacca gets the tip.
That's a fantastic play from Sacca. O'Brien with a little bit of a hole, but a really good die to tip up the play. That would have been going big for Des Ortiz.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Oliver. I think it's the right read there from Gavin Sidwar. You just don't expect a linebacker to be that good in man coverage on a running back coming out of the backfield. But that's Anthony Sacca for you. That's a Notre Dame commit and a young man that has been terrorizing the Catholic League since he entered it. Son of Tony Sacca, who played at Penn State for many years. 2nd down and 10. Great protection this time. And so Jimmy Dolan finds his way. Finds that seam over the middle. Good bullet thrown by Gavin Sidwar.
Well, there's the in route Dolan was looking for a couple plays before. It's a really good throw from Sidwar. Got him in stride, and he leans forward across the 50.
So, Bob, following the injury of McFadden, what we thought would have been a less targeted game here for Jimmy Dolan turns out to a more targeted game with the absence of McFadden. He's been filling those shoes, Bob.
Desmond Ortiz lined up as the halfback, and Azir Nelson in the backfield. They'll give it to Nelson. That's a good block there by Des Ortiz, and he's ripped forward for a gain of 2. Again, LaSalle going with this zone blocking scheme. Look at where Des Ortiz is going to go there. He's going to force that linebacker Cam Smith inside.
Yeah, not the first time we've seen that from this Explorers offense with that 2 running back set. Ortiz lined up just off the tackle there.
2 minutes and 32 seconds to go. Every yard, I think we've talked about it since the early portion of this game. It takes a while to move down the field. It was just the one real big chunk play from St. Joe's Prep. Sidwar flips it out wide, and Dolan just heads upfield. He's hit hard and taken down. It'll be third and manageable, maybe 3, maybe 4 yards to go.
Every time, we've talked about how much Dolan's getting targeted. Every time he comes down with the ball, he's getting hit hard. He's going to be sore tomorrow.
Brandon Lockley, the big-bodied sophomore linebacker, made that tackle.
You don't need it all here on 3rd and short.
Could not be a better day out here today for football. 2:10 on the clock, 3rd down, and a long 3. Sidwar, clean pocket. That's great defense. Cam Smith in there on the deflection, intended for Nick Swanson. Decision time.
Only thing about having to rely on your passing game, if you're not completing them, you didn't half your distance there. You're stuck on 4th and 3.
Well, keep an eye out for Joey O'Brien. Problem for LaSalle is St. Joe's Prep knows that too, so they're going to shade extra help O'Brien's way in all likelihood. O'Brien, number 6 on the boundary side of the field, is going to go up against number 20, Messiah Acree, and they have a safety right on top of him. 4th down. Sidwar, he's got room to run, but instead finds J.P. Oates. 1st down, LaSalle.
This blocking from the O-line is fantastic. He rolls out wide, and most of the time, you see Sidwar with this much time, you're going to go, oh, this is a hold. But how about that block by Grayson McHugh as well? Well done all across the line, and then well done by Oates to get open.
It felt pretty similar to that last 4th down when the Explorers were knocking on the red zone door with that high snap, but able to convert that time.
Why is that clock stopped, by the way? And it's because it's an official timeout. An official timeout. I'm not sure what's driving that, quite frankly. And now the clock is running, I think because it was stopped for too long. Maybe there was a mistake on the prior play, and they're taking it down. The referees realized it and need to readjust it. But with that said, we want to tell you again about the folks that made this game happen. We've talked a lot about the folks on the LaSalle side that have done it. Let's talk about Jason Nitz and RMJ Mechanical. Plumbing and electrical, and he focuses down at the Jersey Shore. So I know there's a lot of folks watching. I know our boy Harry Donahue said he was watching from Avalon. So Harry et al., if you guys need any work to be done at any point down the shore, make sure you call Jason. And one of his terrific techs in one of these spiffy-looking vans will come and take care of you. I want to thank Jason for his support and making sure this game is free and available for all. And also want to thank another anonymous donor from the St. Joe's Prep side. Did not want to be included, but much, much appreciated. Also want to thank the Station Tap House and Joe Wade, who specifically made this contest happen for you, as well as Tim McDonald and the rest of that class of 1999, the 1998 last complete champs from LaSalle. Kevin Noon, Sean Kent, and Chris Pennington. I want to thank Jim Marcy as well.
Looking like they're still trying to adjust the clock to 1 minute and 54 seconds. It's currently reading 1:41. Now it's reading 15 minutes and 40 seconds, and they took off a 0, and here we are.
And I know that's hard to see, by the way, because it's hard for me to see here in person with my eyes. No jokes about my vision, please. But that's got to be tough to see on the stream. We're doing our best to make sure we keep the clock up and running for you and give you a sense of where we are. 15 on the play clock, 1:42 left in the third quarter. 1st down and 10 for LaSalle. Sidwar, a good-looking ball for Nick Swanson, run out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
Very well done. He's looking at Swanson the whole way. Gets himself a little bit of space onto the outside, out of bounds as well.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a classic Nick Swanson reception there. Just that guy you reliably need, usually running towards the sideline. Nice gain.
LaSalle breaks the huddle at 15 seconds on the play clock. Clock stopped at 1 minute and 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. Score is as you see it, 14-7. St. Joe's Prep. Nelson met in the hole by Cam Smith. Maybe got back to the line.
Very well done by Smith, coming off the outside edge. Flying through the zone to get in front of Nelson.
Cam Smith, an extremely intelligent young man, came to St. Joe's Prep 2 years ago and told Tim Roken, I want to be an anesthesiologist. That's what he wants to do. And you know what? With the way he's playing and what he's going to do at Penn State when his NFL career is over, I'm sure that he's welcome to go back and be an anesthesiologist. But when he came in and said that, who knows what his dreams were. I think he's got a lot of football ahead of him. 3rd down and 2. Got to get to the 21 for a first down. 2 downs to get there. Messiah Acree, they go one-on-one. And Swanson ran a pretty good route, but Acree better in coverage.
Yeah, that was a risky throw there across the middle. Looked like Azir Nelson was open.
4th down. No question that the offense stays on the field at this point. It would be a 40-yarder. Chris Yack has had an amazing year. That would be a lot to ask, and they need 7.
If you're an Explorers fan, this drive has not been good for your heart health. 2nd, 4th down attempt.
4 wide. Joey O'Brien on the near side, the boundary side of the field. 4th down for Sidwar with lots of time. Sidwar's got to get rid of it. Takes a shot towards the end zone, and it's intercepted by Messiah Acree. St. Joe's Prep gets the turnover. It's a net 3-yard loss by the interception, by the way. 4th down and 3 from the 23. But a huge stop for the Hawks.
Yeah, great coverage downfield by the Prep. Sidwar has to roll out right where there's space, just trying to make something happen.
And he was out of time, Oliver. He had to let that one go.
There was some nice cushion on the near side of the field with Joey O'Brien. I think if he hit him right when he came out of his route, that was a first down. Tough to make that throw rolling to your right like that with this wind.
So the defenses continue to bend but not break. A physical brand of football. And as good a football game as you'll see at the high school level anywhere in Pennsylvania or beyond.
If you're a Hawks fan, it's time to put the pedal to the metal here. If you're an Explorers fan, you got to hope you come up with a stop or a nice turnover.
Charlie Folk back in the shotgun. Kion Billups with good blocking to the edge. He got by Joey O'Brien and is scooted out of bounds after a gain of 13. Chris Filippo, who had been battling injury throughout the course of the year, he's back here today and makes a play to knock him out of bounds.
Okay, Chris Filippo there lost the edge.
By the way, LaSalle family, the Zielinski boys watching from Southampton, PA here today. Run up the gut, nowhere to go. Jamel Williams, after a gain of just 1, throws him back. Joe McNichol from LaSalle, class of 1991, checking in from Del Valle University. He's watching Tiernan McNichol, by the way, from the class of 2024 at LaSalle, play versus Eastern. Got another comment here as we are heading to the 4th quarter. Great coverage watching from Washington, New Jersey. Well, you got 12 minutes of fury coming your way. It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up next for St. Joe's Prep. Stay with us.
More
people are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the outstanding customer service and the extraordinary selection of Infiniti vehicles. Like the all-new 2025 QX80, it's unlike any luxury SUV you've ever experienced. With an all-new design and groundbreaking technology, the Infiniti QX80 has set a new standard in its class. Come experience the QX80 and the entire Infiniti lineup at Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove. To be sure.
First-time homebuyer, seasoned investor, looking to sell a property from the Poconos to the Greater Lehigh Valley, Philadelphia and surrounding areas, all the way to the Jersey Shore. I'm your guy. Speaking of the shore, if you're not down here right now in Ocean City watching this game live, you need to give me a call because you should be down here experiencing the beautiful Jersey Shore with us in your own beach house.
Fourth quarter underway here from Wissahickon. Folk finds that pocket in the defense. Ramir Hardy knew right where the line to gain was and has the first down, gain of 9.5.
Yeah, felt like a conservative play call there. 3 down linemen, and it just felt like they were right at the line to gain. Felt almost like prevent defense there.
First down and 10. Khalil Stewart will have to come off the field.
He's been having a heck of a day.
Just for one play. I assume he'll be back. 11 minutes and 30 seconds. Clock ticking here in the fourth quarter. No scoring yet in this second half. 2 long drives, one by each team. And on second and short, Kion Billups converts another set of downs. Gained 3 in between the tackles.
It's starting to feel like St. Joe's Prep is just imposing their will on this gassed Explorers defense.
And LaSalle did a little bit of that to St. Joe's Prep on the previous drive as well. You know, the third drive this half of the 4 total, where you feel that the other team is, you know, the offensive team is imposing some will. And a methodical order of operations here as there's 13 seconds on the play clock, and St. Joe's Prep now just gets to the line. Billups hit and dropped. Jack Luthi comes from that linebacker position to wrap up.
LaSalle sells out on the run, sends just about everybody. Luthi gets there.
They did, and just nobody picked him up. There were only 3 down linemen. Both Peterman and Luthi got into the backfield without any blocking. Luthi would have been one to pick up. Loss of 3. Line to gain is the 35-yard line of LaSalle. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. Folk. And into that zone defense, they have found a pocket. Big hit by Eddie Sutter, but not before a first down for Ramir Hardy.
And the LaSalle defense just lost here against the Hawks. Just finding that open spot there and getting the yards, stop it, marching downfield here for the Hawks. And like Tyler said earlier, they're just imposing their will on this gassed LaSalle defense.
Very similar pass to the 3rd down conversion a few plays ago.
Billups hit. He slipped, and then Williams cleaned him up. No gain on the play. Where we're sitting right now, by the way, St. Joe's Prep going with the wind this time. We know that the leg of Ritchie attempted a field goal from 41 yards. This would be about a 48-yarder from where the ball is spotted.
The way the Hawks are marching, I don't think that's their thought right now. Nice to have in the back pocket, though.
Jet Harrison in the slot. Billups. He's going to gain 3, maybe 4 yards in between the tackles. Ran behind Christian Leonard, the right guard. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Eight minutes and 44 seconds to play. Final quarter of regulation.
Prep doesn't need it all here. I would not be surprised to see a run.
They'll look to the sideline. after the hard count. 13 on the play clock for St. Joe's Prep. Winners of 7 of the last 9 state championships. They've been there in the state final each of those 9 years. Folk, what a catch. A big-time adjustment in midair. It'll be close depending upon the spot, and they are already moving the sticks forward. Elijah Turner in there with a big-time catch right when it was needed.
That was a great catch by Elijah Turner here. Ball was behind him. He came back for it.
And St. Joe's Prep has had that answer a lot here in the second half. Still no points to show for it, but it keeps the drive going and puts them in scoring position. Four on the play clock. Billups falls forward as he always seems to do. Gain of 3 yards on first down. Sun's starting to get a little bit lower in that sky here. Seven minutes left. Second down. Folk looking for a double move. LaSalle has it covered well, but that's a terrific throw. Hardy has the first down. Folk took a huge hit. Just a terrific game for Folk.
A fantastic ball. You had an explorer underneath, but he gets it over to Hardy. Perfect ball, perfect spot, and a first down.
The Hawks can do no wrong on this drive.
And Folk, who had, yes, 4 touchdown passes against LaSalle in the first game, but also 3 interceptions, and it was an up-and-down affair for him. He's been nails here today. I don't think there's any other way to say it.
And this clock is down to 6 minutes, 51 seconds, looking like it'll be a 2-score game.
Off center in the pistol is Kion Billups. They'll hand it to him. Big move by Billups. Hit at the 5. Spins into the end zone. Touchdown St. Joe's Prep. The first multi-score lead of the afternoon for either side.
The Prep just playing physical, hard-nosed football. It's as simple as that. Explorers can't make a tackle.
And the loudest that the St. Joe's Prep contingent has been on the other side of the field here today. Leo Ritchie. 21-7. St. Joe's Prep leads over LaSalle. A big-time game with big-time players. LaSalle's going to need to answer and going to need to do it quickly. We'll see if they can when we come back. It's a 2-score lead for St. Joe's Prep. 6 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. LaSalle certainly still in this one. A lot will need to go right. They'll need a score, a stop, and then another score. Taken by Lucas Johnson. And St. Joe's Prep, that special teams unit has been unbelievable here today. A long way to go. 84 yards for LaSalle to get to the opposing pylon.
And the biggest pain point is that the Explorers have only put 7 up halfway through this fourth quarter. That really hurts against a team like this.
Now remember, it was 14 apiece at the end of regulation in game number 1. This shouldn't surprise anyone. 2 offenses that have been unstoppable throughout the year, except for when they've played each other. Sidwar with Oates in motion. And he finds Joey O'Brien. O'Brien gets about 5, maybe 6 on first down. Little drag route coming across the line of scrimmage there. Second down. They gave him 6 on the play. Swanson and Dolan on the boundary side of the field at wideout. And so they'll go to Dolan, and he's just going to get up the field and get, I believe, the yardage. They should move those sticks. He got right to the line to gain. And they do. They move those sticks. Good job by Dolan getting upfield. On that last drive, or that last play, by the way, Joey O'Brien was the only wideout on the far side of the field. They had Messiah Acree over there, and they had a safety over the top. So, and this time Samaj Hill, as well as the safety Roman Colabardino. They will not let Joey O'Brien beat them, it would appear. Sidwar, really good coverage by Anthony Sacca. Intended receiver John Patrick Oates. Second down and 10.
Sacca's been electric in coverage today. He had that great defensive play on that pass to Ortiz, and now to J.P. Oates.
The second down here after the line to gain, beg your pardon, is the 36-yard line. By the way, let us know where you're at. Tweet at us. Let us know where you're watching the game from. Our buddy Joe Mason, who does an awesome job with high school sports in Philadelphia, says watching LaSalle prep on Bob Long Sports, and both of these teams are absolutely terrific. And I agree with him. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. A lot more to come for us throughout the course of this scholastic calendar. Des Ortiz, St. Joe's Prep lost them. A nice move to knife to within third down and about 2.
And that's when you got to start playing the time game. You got 5.5 minutes to go and at least 2 drives.
Feels like they should be playing with a little more tempo right now.
Remember, no 2-minute timeout the way they instituted in the college game. Still none of that here at the high school level. So LaSalle just has those 3 timeouts to work with. Third down and 2. Clock is under 5 minutes. Clean pocket for Sidwar. And so he'll unleash it. Going deep for Joey O'Brien. He's got it, and he'll score. There's a flag on the play, but that should be defensive pass interference. So for the moment, LaSalle has scored a touchdown. Let's see what the call is. A big, big moment in this game, as LaSalle's already they started walking back down the field, but now they get the confirmation on the call. It's a defensive penalty declined. We have a ball game.
Well, when you give Sidwar that much time to square it up, give Joey O'Brien enough time to get open, that's what's going to happen. He finds a space. Perfect ball from Sidwar. He trots into the end zone. And just like that, we've got a ball game.
You don't need to play with tempo when you throw it all the way down the field.
That is a good point.
You nailed it, Tyler. But again, offensive line. That was the question the first time these two teams played, and another question this time. The offensive line for LaSalle has held up commendably. Chris Heck, a very, very important point after right here. Good hold by Trezak. It's 21-14. We got a ball game here, folks.
Great job by Heck putting some umph under that. Little chip shot. Could have been blocked.
Almost nearly blocked there.
It's been happening a lot in the NFL level. Not so sure about the college level, but the kick's getting blocked up the middle.
This portion of today's game is brought to you by the Riley Rakowski Funeral Home. The Riley Rakowski and Malloy Funeral Home is an enthusiastic supporter of LaSalle football. Andrew Buda Rakowski from the class of 1998 sends his best to Brett Gordon, the student athletes, and the LaSalle football program as a whole. Proud sponsor of today's coverage. Also CJO Design and Construction. Thanks to Chad Ormond for everything he's done for us over the years and for the LaSalle football program. They are walking off a penalty right now against St. Joe's Prep, so LaSalle should be able to pump this into the end zone if they choose. For our CJO friends, by the way, if you're looking to do any landscaping projects around your home or business, make sure you call Chad or Mond and visit them on CJOdesignandconstruction.com. New life breathed into Wissahickon High School as LaSalle defensively with the new defensive coordinator, Dave Sowers. They've set all types of high water marks for a LaSalle defense historically. Can they get a stop when they need it most? Or is today the day for Kion Billups and Charlie Folk to etch their name into St. Joe's Prep lore? I have no idea, Alex, but I'm glad that we have the opportunity to see it and to bring it to everyone here at home.
I mean, Bob, what an atmosphere here today. Just over 2 o'clock. It is still early in the day, and the energy is high. Right here next to the LaSalle student section, they're fired up.
Hand off to Billups, and he's taken down. I tell you, I had to think about that for a second. 2 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3:15.
Couldn't tell you what time it is.
It is over 2 o'clock. It is over 2 o'clock. You're right.
Oh, it is over 2 o'clock,
That's right.
Bob.
That's right. Multiple choice? Yes.
Kind of get lost in the time.
I'll tell you what.
Did you adjust for daylight savings yet?
That's right.
Could have lied and said no.
I guess that'd be the other
myself
direction.
look better there.
Second down and 9. 4 minutes, 13 seconds. Clock ticking. LaSalle with all those timeouts remaining. Can they get a stop? They bring pressure. And so Folk throws it right there. It'll be 3rd down and short. I tell you, if you're St. Joe's Prep, I think you almost tell LaSalle what you're going to do here. We're running downhill with Kion Billups. Try to stop us.
They had no answer for that little curl route on the outside. They love that pass. They found a seam in this LaSalle defense where it just works every time.
Feels like a big one here. 3 minutes and 33 seconds, clock ticking.
If they convert here, you start thinking about using your timeouts.
3rd and 1, 3 down linemen for LaSalle. They'll hand it to Billups. Billups hit, and on the second effort, he has the first down. Hawks moving the sticks. LaSalle doesn't like it. It's an easy call there. Billups got downhill again. All right. Time is running out. It has to be this set of downs right here for LaSalle to get a stop. Timeouts in the back pocket. 13 on the play clock for St. Joe's Prep, leading by 7 and looking to punch their ticket to the district championship. He lost the football.
Oh, they cut back on it.
There's a flag on the play.
No, they picked that back up.
I think the ref was so excited.
Who got the football? There's still no call, and now there is. The clock is ticking, and LaSalle should call timeout.
Yep, Brett Gordon will. Wow.
Ball came out, and Ryan Fandozzi nearly had the play of the game. Anybody having fun yet?
Yeah.
How about you at home?
Keenan Stahl flying off the edge. A second time with Stahl that Folk has been blindsided. This time it loses the football.
Okay, so now it's 2nd down and about 17 yards to go. This gets really, really interesting here because now St. Joe's Prep has to think, are we going to go to the air? Are we going to put the ball in the hands of our sophomore quarterback who, listen, that's not necessarily his fault. It was unblocked blindside. But incompletion, stop the clock, give LaSalle more time. Or do you run the ball twice, see if you can get as much as you can back, maybe convert, maybe not, and trust your defense to get stops with 2 minutes left. Hand off to Billups. Billups is squared up and dropped after a gain of 3. Timeout LaSalle, 2 minutes and 21 seconds to play.
Kind of feel the energy in the air. Feels like playoff football.
And while we are at this moment, we want to say hello to Eagles fan 9019 who answered our call. He says, yes, Bob, we're having fun. Watching along at home. One more thought here, guys. While we're at the dying moments of regulation here, again, this could have looked a lot different. We'll leave it that here today, but we're glad that we're here live in person and free for all to view. And the reason that we're able to do that, RMJ Mechanical, plumbing and electrician down at the Jersey Shore, Jason Nitz. Make sure you give him a call. Check him out online. Use him as much as you can for your services. Joe Wade, Station Tap House, class of 1998, last complete champs. Third down. The loudest this building has been all day. Line to gain is the 41. Folk stands in. Folk delivers underneath, and LaSalle gets the stop.
Joey O'Brien, let me see some emotion there. The LaSalle Explorers are fired up, and the Hawks have 4th down with 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Now that is really, really interesting.
That took
Brett
way too
Gordon,
long.
well, he waited till exactly 2 minutes, I
Oh.
think. It was about 7 seconds or so that he waited. He was walking up the sideline with that official and was very deliberate in when he called timeout. I don't know. Perhaps you're running a 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
Although I guess with the punt, if you stop it at 2:07, it's probably 2 minutes by the time it's fielded. Nonetheless, no timeouts remain for LaSalle. They'll get the football back, and not to look too far ahead. But
Yep.
LaSalle in game number 1 called a very daring 2-point conversion in the 4th overtime. They got a lot of work to get there, but does lightning strike twice?
The second Joey O'Brien walked in with that touchdown, that was the first thing I thought about. And you know it's in the back of Brett Gordon's mind, but like you said, you got to get there first. A big drive they need.
Wind feels dead right now. Don't think it's going to be affecting this punt much. If anything, it'll help it.
The top 100 in the junior class, Joey O'Brien, back deep to receive the Leo Ritchie punt. Ritchie, a nice punt that will take a St. Joe's Prep Hawks bounce. And it's inside the 30 to the 27. 1:46, 14 seconds come off the clock. Woo. The best 2 teams in the state, the best game in the state of Pennsylvania back in October. This is right there with it. Both teams have been playing at an extremely high level all day long. This is how this should be determined. LaSalle, ball in hand, no timeouts, and they need to go 73 yards to score in the final minute 46. Clock will stop after first downs while they reset the chain, even if inbounds. Sidwar, the junior. An incredible year from him at quarterback, and drops it off for Josh Simmons, pulled down from behind. Sean Stratz gives a sledgehammer of his own. Gain of 2.
2-yard gain. Took about 20 seconds off the clock.
Again, safety help over the top on the boundary side of the field against O'Brien. Sidwar needs to get rid of it, and Jimmy Dolan dropped the football. Would have been a gain of about 4, Oliver.
Yeah, it's a massive drop. He would have been out of bounds, stopping the clock anyway. So now instead of a 3rd and 2, it's a 3rd and 8.
1 minute, 18 seconds to play. Line to gain is the 37-yard line. 3rd down. Sold out crowd. Not enough tickets to go around. They sold out days ago, and they did it for this moment right here. Sidwar. Smith able to get pressure, and Sidwar does an unbelievable job. Ball came out. Ball is loose, and it's not blown dead. St. Joe's Prep picks it up, and if that call stands, the game is over. Let's get another look. That's right at the tail end, but that ball came out quick, and the officials are discussing.
I think they're going to give it to him. No.
Wow.
It's an incomplete pass. What a play by Gavin Sidwar, by the way. Cam Smith, he saw him the whole way coming from the right shoulder side, so Sidwar eludes, gets his shoulders turned, makes a really good throw, but better coverage by St. Joe's Prep.
Oh, my goodness.
The Explorers still are 4th and 8, though, and this is their one shot to stay back in this game. 1 minute and 7 left, 21-14, St. Joe's Prep.
Feels like your state champ, certainly the eastern side of the state. What happens right here? Sidwar steps up. Sidwar delivers. Dropped football. Ball game, and St. Joe's Prep hangs on.
It's a good ball for Dolan. He goes up, meets it at the top. Great play.
Jimmy Dolan been sure hands all day. It was just great coverage.
Samaj Hill in there on coverage. No timeouts remain for LaSalle. 1:03. 2 snaps will do it for St. Joe's Prep. They've avenged the first game in this rivalry here this year, and they will play for a district title next Saturday at noon. LaSalle was unbeaten coming into this year. Coming into this contest, beg your pardon, 10-0 on the season.
That's tough when you're not used to losing and then having a loss like that.
And I'm sure St. Joe's Prep will not be throwing the football in this last minute.
You sure?
I get it, Alex. I got it.
They'll back him up 15 yards. There was a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against St. Joe's Prep. You can excuse them for that. Biggest play of the year. Biggest game of the year.
What a game.
It really was a terrific game. And St. Joe's Prep blankets LaSalle on the final 2 snaps offensively of the game. Hill did a terrific job against Dolan, made that catch really tough, and of course on the prior play, made it tough on O'Brien. How about Charlie Folk? How about the sophomore?
He carried St. Joe's Prep to victory today. There were so many times where it should have been a, 4th down, but he held in there on 3rd and just used his legs or his arm to make it happen.
That's the last snap, and the ball was loose.
It was a flag.
He ended up coming up with the football. They're going to stop this momentarily. I believe the call will go against LaSalle. It will be declined.
Yep.
I just watched the replay. The defensive lineman swatted the ball as it was being snapped.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Now, that's interesting. So I guess an offside penalty at the high school level, this is true. I guess it does stop the play, unlike at the next level. So they do need to snap it one more time. It's well adjudicated by that officiating crew, very high school specific.
I believe that was Jamel Williams. He did try to do it on the last down as well.
And now they're going to keep the clock running, and that will be it. St. Joe's Prep comes in, goes toe-to-toe, and beats LaSalle by 1 score in another instant classic. LaSalle ends the season at 10-1, and St. Joe's Prep carries on. They'll play for a district title next Saturday and will look to go to their 10th straight PIAA state championship and look to win their 8th in that time frame. Stay with us. We'll head down to the field and get some post-game interviews. Tyler and Alex, I'll leave it to you. Keith Binsfeld, amazing job on camera here today. Thanks, everyone, for being with us on Bob Long Sports. We appreciate it very much. Thanks for supporting the kids and supporting high school athletics.
Alex, what were your main takeaways from this game? It was a good one.
I mean, we saw a lot more of running the ball here, unlike the first game where LaSalle beat the Hawks. But what a job here done without their star tailback, the Ohio State commit, Isaiah West, and the sophomore quarterback has just done quite the job here for the Hawks, just marching down the field and doing whatever it takes. And Sidwar and O'Brien did whatever it took just to fight back, with O'Brien with a pick and 2 touchdowns, and Sidwar having 2 touchdowns. It was just quite the game.
Yeah, I thought St. Joe's Prep was the better team today. They played well. They were able to orchestrate pretty long drives. The only time the Explorers were able to score were on those 2 explosive plays from Joey O'Brien. Tough to win, but only putting up 14. But again, you can credit the St. Joe's Prep defensive front and their secondary. They were incredible today. And Nick Folk, what more can you say? Well deserved by the Hawks. We'll tune into the alma mater that the LaSalle Pep Band plays at the beginning and end of every game, win or lose. And then we'll wait for Bob. As we wait for Bob, just want to say it's been a pleasure covering this Explorers team this year. It's been a lot of fun following with you guys, Alex and Bob and Keith and Oliver. It's been a lot of fun, and to all those seniors, hope they made a lot of memories this year, and they got to keep their heads held up high. This has been a great team this year.
Yeah, Tyler, I'd like just to add on to what you were saying. Over my 2 years at LaSalle at Bob Long Sports covering LaSalle football, I wouldn't have done it for a different team. I mean, they have just done a tremendous job, and I've seen this team be home built over their years, and Brett Gordon's he's got the right team in his hands, and I think they're gonna be a very great team. So, like Tyler always says, kudos to LaSalle, and that this is not the end. And for St. Joe's Prep, they're just continuing what they're good at, and what a dynasty there.
Yeah, what a great team. And, Bob already covered everyone that made this happen today, but it was a pleasure to be able to cover this game. And, thanks to the bipartisan effort to make this happen. It was really awesome to cover this, and it was a fun football game, so thank you. We'll wait for Bob to pull the winning coach and maybe a couple winning players from the Hawks.
Coach Gordon and his staff, and just overall the school and the program. I mean, both of us have been a part of each of our programs for a long time, and they do a really great job of preparing their kids. And another great one, and we were able to come out on top today, and it's back to work, and the mission's not done.
Now you take on an MOTEP team that certainly from the public league, they're the Goliath over there and you're the Goliath here in the Philadelphia Catholic League. What will that be like?
I think, every week, we got to reset and, focus on ourselves. We're playing right now to be able to stay together for another week. And, these young guys playing for these seniors and keeping this thing alive. And, that's why we work so hard as coaches to help prepare these guys. And then on Saturday afternoon, they got to go out and take care of business. And, I'm so proud of these young men, right? We're able to battle through adversity today and finish the job today. But it's, hey, reset, watch the film. There's still things we got to clean up, to be able to go out and take care of business next week.
Curious as to your thoughts on the atmosphere here today. Sold out crowd, certainly above capacity. The love and the following of these two programs and what all these young men have done, I think says a lot about high school football in southeastern Pennsylvania.
No, absolutely. It's great football here. And, again, being a little part of this program and these games for a long time now, you're so happy for the kids playing in the atmosphere of this such. And, it's what football's about, man. It's a great, beautiful Saturday afternoon, and we were able to come out with the victory today, so a little bit better.
Kion Billups, that young man has been unbelievable in the time since Isaiah has gone down, and I felt like he was an engine for you guys today.
Yeah, no, Kion's done a really great job. He's been able to work, with Isaiah through this time, and and then in these last couple weeks, obviously he's had to tote the rock for us, and he's done a really great job of being patient, letting the game come to him, and then seeing the hole. And he's a physical runner, and I'm sure he's going to credit his offensive line as well for the work that they did, and Coach Sugden, that offensive line group that they do to prepare that run game every week.
And then Charlie Folk, your sophomore quarterback, and we're going to talk to Ramir Hardy shortly. That connection was terrific, and he made some big off-schedule plays for you today.
Yeah, scramble drill, we've been working a lot at it, and we hone in on that, and when we can't lose our poise when things break down, and we're able to make some plays outside the pocket today, which was huge. A lot of ups and downs for everybody. Really proud of the guys to be able to stay poised, especially Charlie, right, in ups and down moments, right, and just be able to trust the process and continue to play ball.
Congrats on a terrific game. We're excited to talk to Ramir and certainly your engine on the defensive side, Cam Smith. A terrific win for you, well-deserved, and we'll be watching along as you keep on your journey.
I appreciate that, Bob. Thank you for what you do and high school football, especially in southeastern Pennsylvania. Appreciate that.
Tim Roken with us. Thank you. Let's bring in Ramir Hardy. How are you, Ramir? Congratulations on just a terrific up there. You did not play in the first game between these two teams, right? But here you are, healthy. How did it feel to go out there and do what you did?
It felt really good, going out there and being able to play with my team. I wasn't able to play last game, but that's in the past, and I was able to go out there and do what the team needed me to do. This morning's mass, we talked about being available for your brother and doing what they need you to do and trusting the man next to you, behind you, and in front of you. So I went out there, I trusted my quarterback, I trusted my line that they was going to block for me, and Charlie Folk, he delivered the ball to me. And, our line, they blocked all day, and we was able to make good plays.
Let's talk about Charlie, because he's a first-year starter for you guys. Of course, you had a little bit of time where you were dinged up over the course of the year. Where does the chemistry come from? Because it just came right through today. Anybody that was here could see that chemistry that you had.
Well, the chemistry come from practice. Charlie has great chemistry with every one of our players on the team, especially wide receivers. We practice overtime every day. We have practice, and after practice, the receivers line up with Charlie, and we catch some passes, just walk through style. But, just catching his passes, we do that often, and that's where the chemistry comes from. Just every day we work together, me, Charlie, Elijah Turner, Jet Harrison, Jameer Rowan, Chris Steinmetz, and all the other receivers. We work together, and we just catch passes all day with Charlie, and that's where the chemistry comes from. That's why, when he's in the game, he's cool, calm, and collected, as he should be.
I think back to when Samaj Jones was a sophomore coming in after Kyle McCord graduated and everything he did here. And Samaj Jones as a sophomore it was almost like no let-up. Does that feel similar here with, working with the youngster Charlie and, of course, having that receiver core? Does that feel like, hey, it may be a new quarterback under center, but it's the St. Joe's Prep offense that you know and love from years past?
Well, there's never no let up here. We're a great program, and our coaches do a great job preparing each and every player to be ready to play and make plays. That's why we St. Joe's Prep. We come back, we fix what we need to fix, and we go out and make plays. That's all we do. And there will never be a let up here. It's just we have great coaches, and our trainers train us really well. So we work together really hard. We fix what we need to fix, and we go out and execute.
Ramir Hardy, thank you so much for your time, and congrats on a terrific victory.
Thank you very much.
Cam Smith, we appreciate your patience. Thanks for hanging in. I am doing terrific. Cam Smith, linebacker for St. Joe's Prep, and a terrific victory for you. You had an incredible game coming off the edge and being in that linebacking core. Curious as to your thoughts on game number 2 here.
I think this week, the focus and the level of attention was great. Everybody was doing their job, and we came out to practice. I think the same will be for next week. Everybody, especially after this win, everybody knows we have it in us, and we're going to be locked in. We just got to change the pace, and we'll come back stronger, even stronger next week, I should say.
How about this? Another run for you here, right? This was very much the boulder in the way to another deep state run, and you guys answered the test, and you're moving on. Walk me through last year, right, as you're folding into a group that's been playing together for a long time. What was last year like for you, and what has this year been in the next year in your St. Joe's Prep journey?
Yeah, well, last year when I was a junior and transferred over here, we had a lot of great players, a lot of great seniors that knew what they were doing and taught me the ropes. And so it was like that team last year, we all had it down. Everybody knew what they were doing. We always came to practice hard every day, and that's how we made a big run last year. This year, I'm a senior now. We got all those seniors graduated. There's new seniors. We just got to teach the ropes to the new young guys, especially we have a few planned for us, like all of our DBs, our corners. They're all sophomores, juniors. So we just got to keep them locked in, keep the focus up, and we'll be good.
Can I ask you about Messiah, by the way, while you were talking about the secondary? Messiah Acree, LaSalle's gone after him. Really, both times you guys have played, you kind of picked your poison. Samaj is unbelievable on the other side. But his progress and his success, thoughts on him and the time you've gotten to know him?
He's a great player. He talks a lot, but but it's fine. He backs it up with his play. And we just have to keep him. We just keep him locked in. He's been getting better every single week. Same with Samaj, getting better every single week. I would say the good counsel game is when he decided, you can't just be another corner. You got to be one of the guys for us. And he really stepped up and brought it from there. And I'm looking forward to see how their careers pan out, especially this year, and they'll get better every week.
Well, Cam, I appreciate your time. Congrats on a great victory, and on a personal note, excited to see you in the blue and white.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Cam Smith with us here. Oliver, thanks for your work. We'll send it back to Tyler, send it back to Keith and Alex.
And what a game that was. Great job by Bob and Oliver down on the field with the interview. It's been quite a year. It's been a fun team to follow. The talent that these kids have on both sides, on both teams, it's just been really, really fun to follow. So, looking forward to Bob covering some basketball coming up, maybe some more Pennsylvania State football. Congratulations to the St. Joseph Prep Hawks. It is well deserved. And on behalf of Keith Bintfeld, who killed it on camera, Alex Shevchuk and Oliver Gomez, our student commentators, Bob Long, who doesn't need an introduction, and myself, I'm Tyler Kern. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.